the arcade hangout.
Barely.
Yes. Still in recovery mode from an awesome weekend in Denver.
We're running a skeleton crew tonight.
Yeah.
We're the survivors. No one else made it back from Denver. Actually, Andrew did.
Well, Leo's still on his way back, apparently. That's what he said in the chat.
Yep, yeah.
He had the extended stay.
I think he's sitting there on the plane listening to us. Oh, probably because they have Wi-Fi.
Ah, yes. That's so weird being able to, I don't know, like that one time, Carrie, when we were using WhatsApp, and I'm like, this is weird to be able to talk to you while we're in the air flying. I don't know, like I'm used to just airplane mode.
Yeah.
But yes, we survived.
Yes.
All right. So yes, this is the arcade hangout. I'll repeat myself. I don't know what else to say. You guys told me to intro this.
We are a.
We didn't let you talk.
Do I keep
Let
introing or what?
Speak.
We're a collection of arcade enthusiasts together once a week.
Yep. Tuesday night.
Like I'm holding up the cue cards for you, buddy.
Yep.
Got all the sounds queued up, ready.
Yeah.
You just have to say the magic words.
Collection of arcade collectors who get together once a week to talk about arcade games and our game of the week, which I don't think Jack played.
Yeah,
I played 2 games.
All right.
2 games.
All right.
Yeah.
And I sucked.
I played it at Hyperspace.
So 3/4 of us played.
Yeah.
I just didn't submit my score because it was. It was like 8,000 points, I think.
I submitted my score that was less than that.
I think a couple other guys were saying the same thing. That's one game like you have to have the right joystick to really do it right. You know, a good 8-way Wiko stick, whatever.
Wiko, Wiko.
There you go. But yeah, actually, that machine that was at Hyperspace was in really nice shape.
Yeah.
I think that maybe the control panel was a little loose because I was like yanking on that stick, feeling it kind of. Carrie, you probably noticed it, right? You rip on the stick. You're a stick ripper.
About me yanking on sticks.
Yeah.
You know, I had never played Scramble before, so it was all very. I was just trying to get kind of the lay of the land and what the hell this game was. I didn't even, to me, Scramble, like when I heard Scramble, I was thinking like some sort of maze game.
Eggs, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if they had Agor next to it, you could be playing Scramble Agor.
Yeah. I remember that game, Chicken Shift.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
That's my one. Good night, folks.
Yeah.
And on a laugh. So we do this every week. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, do we get the game of the week out of the way so we can just kind of, reminisce about how awesome our weekend was?
Oh, I didn't even look at the scores. So, who took it?
Oh yeah. So
let's see. I think Torin got it. Torin took first place with 64,690.
Woo!
Damn.
Yay!
I got 1/8 of that score.
So why we need to get Torin on the show? Like, what the fuck, Torin?
Yeah.
Well, because we don't have any slots available,
Right.
4 of us filling this thing up here.
It's the hardcore people who actually made it. Everybody else is like,
Torin is a man. He's my one.
Does he know that he won? And he could somebody have.
Probably.
If I actually have his phone number,
I
I
mean,
don't think I have his number.
too far behind them, but then it just gets cut in half after that.
Big drop off.
There's a big gap. Ooh.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think I would have gotten that good of a score, but I'm pretty sure I probably could have hit 30 or 40,000 with a few more tries. It just got caught up having other fun stuff.
So Crafty has a scramble, is that right? He was talking about. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a dedicated yellow cabinet, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. He picked that up from XD, I think, a while back.
Oh, that's right, because this was his pick.
Yeah, and you guys got to meet XD this weekend, like all of
We did. He did.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. Yeah.
That was very cool.
That One Up is a sweet place. That's a great layout.
Yeah,
that place is fucking
and Andrew and I went to the Lodo with Leo.
Yeah,
Sunday afternoon.
So, yeah, how does that one compare? What'd you think of that
Colfax is 10 times better, I gotta say.
Okay.
It was the clear winner of the two.
Yeah, we were talking about like going to 1UP. I was like, yeah, Colfax 2UP.
When I walked into the 1UP, instantly I was taken. It reminded me so much of Skill Mill in St. Cloud, like the layout, the atmosphere. I mean, with the exception that the bar was on the same level as the arcade, but it reminded me a hell of a lot of arcades that I grew up with. That would have been like that layout, like the Skill Mill was like the teenage, like the serious. This is where the cool kids hang out. You know, like my uncle took me there when I was a kid, and I was a little intimidated because it's older teenagers running around the place. Versus like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. So it was that place instantly reminded me of Skill Mill. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And they had a lot. I mean, it's deceiving because they have a shit ton of games, and it seems like such a tiny space. And you start walking, it's like, holy crap!
Yeah.
And then here's a whole brand new hallway. Oh my god, there's like 60 games.
Where did these come from? Yeah. Exactly.
And all the pins. Holy crap!
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. I did not expect
all
that.
top shelf quality pins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, most of the games played real nice with a couple exceptions, and which you would expect. Like Super Mario Brothers, I know that game gets played a shit ton. You could just tell like player 1 was beat the fuck up, and then player 2 was fine. So Arkanoid had a kind of a grindy spinner, but it was playable.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of a Wookiee spin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
like it. But no, that was sweet. That was a blast.
Yeah, I mean the booth set up there. I knew that when we walked in.
We hit it perfect because we got something to eat. We finished the tournament, had something to eat, and we basically had the place mostly to ourselves.
Before when we were done.
We came back, and I was like, "Where did all these people come from?"
That was
packed.
crazy.
Yeah, by like 8 or 9 o'clock, it was packed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was perfect timing to start. In the beginning, it's like, okay, this feels a little early, but no, actually, that timing was absolutely perfect because we really did have, we got a chance to kind of spread out and.
We had a lot of fun playing Pac-Man Royale. That was Battle Royale. Yeah. That was
yes. I'd never played that before. That
I didn't realize. I kind of. I think I may have took for granted Gak. I didn't realize Gak took so many fucking photos. It was awesome to look at those.
I took way more video actually, but wait till that finishes loading.
But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, that's right. He took photos here and here. Like you almost take that for granted because if Gak hadn't taken any pictures, we would have had like 10, maybe 10. Yeah. I don't know, like that. Because I took a couple, but not that. I mean, and I. My dad, not to sidetrack here, but like when we go on trips or whatever, my dad takes a gazillion photos. That's where I get my knack for photography and, videography, all that stuff. But you get used to it after a while and you almost take it for granted. And you're like, oh shit, that one time that my dad isn't around and you're like, oh crap, I didn't take hardly any photos. You get used to someone else taking them. So I gotta say, thanks for taking all those photos. It was just a blast to look at those.
Yep. Yeah. Should be interesting trying to edit video at some point.
Yeah. Everything. Yeah.
How it's going to go, because
you're going to have like 100 videos on your YouTube channel in no time.
Yeah. Although, I'm curious to see it because there was like all the gameplay stuff. Like I can see the rest of it getting captured, but when people are crowded around,
shortened highlights, kind of,
Oh yeah, it's.
But like where someone almost dies or someone does die in the game or whatever,
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cute.
I like But you did the Gak did because I walked with him at least at 1UP. You did a whole entire walkthrough. So
I didn't know if you
that's
wanted to
gonna be
be
cool
in
to
front of the
watch.
camera or not, so I was just kind of like holding it out there. So
You can
but-
probably just hear me in the background. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just
But
announcing.
you know, like if you guys want to do the Grinkers, I'm totally down for video, and you know, I can follow you guys along. We talk about games or whatever.
Especially
yeah,
that
that'd be
one-up
fun.
walkthrough will be a great video to post because just what we were talking about, how deceiving it is. How holy
Yeah.
shit, here's a whole row of games.
Yeah, and it just
Damn,
goes
back
on,
here
yeah.
there's a bar and there's a gazillion pins. Here's another row. Like it's very deceiving.
Oh yeah, like by the way, like the 2-up, the 1-up on Colfax has 2 fucking bars. It's
Yes.
like the place is gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And good service, good
Yeah,
they were really nice to throw us $2 beers. I mean,
I know.
Damn.
That
a
was
great drink special, and the bartender.
Exity got us to hook up.
I mean, put it this way: by the time we went to go get pizza, we got food. We all just drank water because we were feeling pretty damn good by that point. And that's like 8 o'clock. You know, it's so early.
Andrea, it was perfect to start it with the Bloody Mary. I think. You know, I don't really drink those, but I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna have one.
You guys have those Bloody Marys, and I'm looking at that photo, and I'm in the background. I have a smile on my face, but I can just hear myself saying, "Bleh, Bloody Marys."
Yeah.
It was like me and a couple people are like, "Ugh, tomato juice."
You guys don't.
We were talking about how
Way too many
soup.
Yeah, that's right. Way too much vitamin C in that shit.
That's how I get my that's how I get my vitamins. That's a veggie serving.
Yeah, that's how you keep the scurvy away. You scurvy dog.
Right.
So we should talk about the games that we did at
Yeah.
1-up, and then the games we did in hyperspace, and like
What worked, what didn't, what was.
didn't. Yeah, so let's talk about this was sort of our inaugural deploying of this test drive of this format, which is brand new. I don't think anyone has ever done anything like
We've been
this
talking
before.
about it honestly probably for 3 years.
Yeah.
About doing it at Grinkers as like a little side thing. This is our first one really doing it. So yeah, I think moving forward we're gonna do more.
Yeah. So let's talk about the games, how they worked, how you liked them, how they didn't work. And the Clav thread, I've been encouraging people to post up there, but like talking about what do we learn from this tournament? What can we do maybe at Grinkers and tournaments in the future to take this format sort of to the next level? So what do we play at 1-up? That was our first night. So Frogger was our first game. So blindfolded Frogger. So let's talk about the format in general first. So what we did is we took everyone's names, we took all their badges off, we put them in a hat.
A Devo.
In a Devo hat.
Devo hat.
Just any hat.
Yes,
Yes, thank
hopefully
you,
Mark
Mark.
will be on soon. He's finishing up dinner.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Look at
what
the
timing.
Oh wow.
Did you guys time that? Did
I
you
know,
guys
right?
do
You
it
should
up?
have
Like, hopefully, Mock, ding, wink, wink.
shows
Let's
see the Devo hat. So we were just talking about how the format of the tournament works, Steve, and what worked, what didn't, maybe how we need to change things, and how we want to take this format kind of the next level. We've done a test run. And
we just started talking about Frogger at 1-up. So the first game that we did, which is a huge hit. That was
huge hit.
That was the most hyped up. That was the most hyped up game of Frogger ever, maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that was my favorite game to play that night.
I know.
Yeah,
really fun.
Frogger, I think
really
the
fun.
format was like.
And you won, by the way, with that one too, right? Jerry?
Yeah, I did kind of win on that one.
By the way.
Well, not to brag or anything.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it up, but since you mentioned it, I did come
And
in.
Miss
I
Pac-Man,
gave that
My partner and I
Frogger
did come on that one.
that was my least favorite blindfolded thing.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
stressful, and I was people ended up just going, fuck.
It's the precision.
It's a learning process.
For
You know,
that,
who your
yeah.
partner is,
Yeah.
and for you two to work together. And you gotta kind of say stuff in enough advance and say it slowly and clearly and concentrate.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah, and you have to.
too. It was
when
it
you're
was
blindfolded,
fun
you have
to
to listen
watch
beyond
the
all the.
evolution of it. It was really fun to watch the
Yeah.
evolution of it. First people obviously had a handicap because they're guinea pigs. It's the
They were
first
literally
time
going in
for anything.
blind or half blind.
Which I think was Exidy and myself, right? We were the first ones.
Yes,
weren't we?
I think you're right. I think you're right, actually.
So actually, real quick, just to rewind it for a second, let's
yeah.
talk about the format and how we decided how the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then let's get into the gameplay in a second. So
Sorry, I'm getting all excited.
no, it's good.
Yeah, I know, right?
What we did is
Let me
we
go,
took,
let me go get my headset. I'll be right back.
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
So we took Mox Devo hat, which is a icon, an arcade icon, one might say,
It also goes as a floor.
Nice.
of our show, and we took everyone's badges and we threw those into the hat. And then I think I drew for every game, and what I did is like just take the hat and put it behind my back, and then I just started like
mixing them up,
and then randomly pulling a badge out. And the first badge was the first person, second badge was the person paired with that person. So we just
so there's your partners. Yep.
drawn pairs,
and it's a different pair of partners for each game.
each game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for
And
Frogger,
they can decide which one's blindfolded. It's between them to decide
Yep.
who's blindfolded.
Yeah.
So that's part of the strategy too. Like I
Totally.
had who was my first Frogger? Oh, it's Griffin, and he was talking to me. He's like, "Well, you probably have better reflexes than me, so I'll call it out." And so that's that was our little discussion. The execution was another story, but that was our discussion. So.
But
Yeah.
And then like, so I was talking about the evolution. So yeah, so everyone got their partners, and then we started with the first two people called, and sequentially went through the next several people, and so it was cool for me because I was just kind of overhearing things, and then you're all watching the games, and it's like you see this evolution. Okay, well, those people did it that way. I think we got to do it this way. And then like people are learning as they're going, and then you have more time to discuss what's going on. And it was fun because I would talk, like me and Andrew talked a few times, and we're like, oh man, like you can't have, I went pretty early, and you have four directions with Frogger. Almost no one goes backwards. So basically three directions, left, right, and up. And because you're not going to get to like the fifth, sixth, you're not going to get to those levels.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
finished
No one
one
cleared
level.
the first one.
Yeah.
No one
Right.
made
Yeah.
the first level.
No, yeah.
And people came close. Carrie
Mhm.
came
Came
Carrie,
close.
you had like four, I think.
Yep.
yeah,
Four of the
Yeah.
five.
Yeah. Dave and I got close.
So like we're all discussing, we're like, okay, the key is really you have a lot of time in those early stages. Just keep it at up and delay it. Just time it for hitting up. So because otherwise you call out one of three directions, someone's listening, then they have to process it, then they have to hit it. And if you don't have the timing right, it's a lot of panic. I mean, the joke was it would be left, up, right, oh shit. So
Yeah.
so yeah,
That's
keeping
right.
it just in one direction. And
And then I think it was like Leo. I was calling out. I think Leo was joysticking for my first game. I think we were like the second or third team. But like I think at some point someone figured out like, all right, so the fact that I was just calling up for Leo for the most part. Every once in a while I would do a left or a right, but it was like for the most part it was like just ups. And I was like trying to time it ahead. So it's like I would think, all right, so like logs are like this close. It's like call it ahead of the time by at least a second.
Yeah.
right, you have to account for that leg.
He's going to take a
reaction
second
leg.
just to process you just set up. It's going to take him a second to do that. And so, like, think ahead, like play ahead a little bit of the game, and try and make it as simple as possible for the person you're directing. Because they're sitting there blindfolded, holding a fucking joystick, trying to play this game.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you'll
and-
say right, but sometimes their mind will register left.
Left.
Isn't that weird?
I saw that
Yeah.
a bunch of times with
Well,
the
they're
other
weird as
people
fuck
playing.
because like
I
they're
think
just
I
sitting
did
here,
that.
Especially
and
when
had
we
a-
did Miss Pac-Man.
and we had
Yeah.
a giant
Yeah.
crowd of people. Like this is not you
Yeah.
playing by yourself. Like we had
Right.
like so
Everyone's
at
watching.
one up we had like
And rooting. That was fun.
yeah
Mhm.
Yeah.
around
Like
you.
people are.
Like,
And
It
then
was
you've got
pressure.
Frogger shenanigans on top of that where things don't make any sense. Like
Mm.
apparently I jumped straight onto a log and died.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frogger
Like-
glitches.
I like that.
When I
Frogger
started, it was like
shenanigans.
Joel's
Yeah.
like left, up, right, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Do this. I know you said that I might have better reactions, but I'm not that good. Jesus.
right. Yeah.
No,
Left,
it was
left,
a
right. Up.
Frogger was
right.
really good. Yeah, I'm like, no.
It's insane. So that's where Ms. Pack, which we'll get to later, became a real challenge. But Frogger was our first game. I think it was brilliant
it was-
the way it worked out.
Yeah.
I think everyone had a great
I think
time.
we would do Frogger again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good choice. Yeah, it's simple enough. I mean, that's one thing we learned because we had to, like, I think originally I was talking about like something like pole position, and Andrew, you were absolutely right. That would be way too difficult. That would just be, you'd just be hosed. And something very simple like that, it's perfect.
I mean, I think you nailed the idea because, like, you brought it up. I think the blindfolded thing, but you're talking about a driving game, and I was like, that's just never gonna fucking work. We need like a 4-way game. With like simple directions, and like we were walking through trying to figure out the games like an hour before we started.
Right. That's the way to do it.
Frogger came up with like, fuck, Frogger is gonna be awesome. So
yeah.
Put that one in the trailer.
Perfect.
Yeah. Although I had to laugh at somebody's comment in when we, I think Gak, you'd posted it on Clav and the blindfolded Frogger, and somebody commented if I saw an LCD on a Frogger, I'd blindfolded too. That was funny. I forgot who said that, but that was funny.
Where'd you see that at?
It was on.
Was it Clav, or maybe it was Facebook? Was it?
Maybe, it was. Yeah.
Maybe it was the Book of Face. Somebody had said, that must have been
Book Face.
Book of Face. Yeah.
My favorite phrase of my favorite 2 words of the entire weekend. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. I've got powers here. Bam.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Yeah.
I was gonna start flirting with that really overweight dude.
Yeah. Nice.
No, maybe he can only flirt with the eclipse he made.
Oh, woo! I'm not talking about the gum. What?
Form of a bullshit artist.
Yeah.
Okay, so after Frogger
was what? Joust?
We did Joust, which was
Joust tournament.
Awesome too.
Our first,
that was great.
Like 4 players.
Head to head. Yep. Head to head.
And so there was a little bit of confusion at the beginning. I think Keith was maybe a little confused. Like, was it supposed to be top score or just take out the opponent as quick as possible?
Yeah.
It was. I think the idea was just take out the opponent as quick as possible. It wasn't really about score.
It was a versus. That's a good point. We'll have to specify if we do that again. Okay, here's this is it. You just want to survive. Yeah.
But that was great though, because it was like quick and you felt the tension, you know.
Super quick.
Yeah,
it's like one little boom and the other opponent's dead, you know.
Yeah. I think it was too quick. I still think we should add like 6 lives or 5 lives. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
When I was a kid,
unless you have like double how many people we had.
Yeah, that's
I think for how many people we had playing, it was too quick. I agree.
When I was a kid, all the arcades put a lot of lives on Joust. Because it was a hard game, and they usually would put 5 lives on that game. I mean, that was pretty common. But nowadays they put about 3 lives on it.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
So but when I was little, I remember all the arcades had at least 4 or 5 guys on it. So I think that just for a tournament like that we had, I think 5 or 6 would be fun, you know. But yeah, like you said, if we have a whole bunch of people, no, leave it as is. Yeah, make it go quick. And then people try to be more babying their stork more, you know, or whatever it is.
Flap.
Yeah.
Flap, motherfucker, flap.
I couldn't understand why John Exedy wouldn't go to the top. He was like in the middle of the screen.
Oh, that was my part. I think I had Joel a second. I think I had him for that too. I had him twice. But I don't know if he was my partner for that. But I remember thinking the same thing too. I'm like, get to the fucking top.
Yeah, he's just hanging around the middle. I'm like, we're dead. Oh well.
Well, and I think the way overall the whole format of everything was like it didn't get drawn out for hours and hours and hours. You know, it's like you get kind of worn after 2 or 3 hours of doing this stuff because it is pretty intense. I mean, everybody's you know getting into it. So
it wasn't an all
that same format, but like 6 or 8 hours long. I mean, it'd just be grueling. I think, you know. So if you keep it to some, you know, however many games or how many people are doing it, you know, kind of 3-ish hours seems like a sweet spot.
Yeah. That's not an all-day or 2-day tournament like Rinkers is either, you know.
Right.
So Yeah, 2 to 3 hours is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah. So who won?
And there was actually a tiebreaker on that one too, wasn't there? On yeah, because I think we had to go twice. Me and Brian. What's his handle? Shoot.
Jimbo, you sound really far away.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew sounds far away.
Yeah, you sound...
Super Stearns, I think, was what
I'm so far away.
Oh, that's David.
Yeah, David. Yeah.
David. Still, nothing, Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. There I can kind of hear you now.
You're back.
Yeah, so David and I were the team on Joust, and then somebody else, I don't remember who it was. There was like a tiebreaker.
Yeah, you're back.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, we tried to do it in brackets and on the sides. I didn't do a particularly good job of that.
Super Stearns is David.
Yes.
Yeah.
David. Yeah. Yeah. So the brackets on that. Yeah, that's right. And then came down to the last round, and got that excitement going. It was pretty fun. So even though they were really quick games.
And that was run as kind of a separate competition out of the what we'll call the big tournament of 3 silly games.
Yeah.
So that was like that. It was that because that had its own set of prizes. It was kind of its own special thing with the
that was truly like a team thing. 2 against 2.
Yeah.
So. Yep. So that was Joust, and then what did we do next? It was
Robotron.
Robotron.
Yep. Mock and I killed it.
Each player took
killed it.
One thing I noticed. The one thing I noticed, depending on the player, I don't think anybody actually did it this way, but if I was like a more experienced Robotron player, and I was going to play the left joystick where the character moves around, I'd probably want to use my left hand. Right. But it seemed like everybody's using their right hand.
Yeah.
Like both players were using their right hand, whether it was the controlling the movement of the player or the shooting direction.
That's a good point. You should use the hand you're used to with that game.
Yeah.
So if you're used to playing, like your right hand should be on the fire button, or your left hand should be on the move button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think probably in general, people that are right-handed are going to have better control with their right hand. Because it seemed like I can't say everybody was that way, but it seemed like every time I looked, both players were using their right hand.
Yeah. And I know I did it because I moved and Mock shot. So that's the way that we did. One person had I don't know if we said that, but obviously one person per joystick. And I did that intentionally because I know that I'm much more precise, and I don't have it isn't such a ingrained pattern in my head. But I think you're right, Chris, that if someone's really good and they're it would probably be easier for them to use their left hand. But yeah, I went for the more precise, like, ooh, I can use my dominant hand. And I will just say that was the best score in Robotron I have ever gotten. Which might speak to my Robotron skills. I have broken 100,000 a handful of times, but we got like 120,000 or something. Like it was better than I have ever done.
We were like in sync.
We fucking rocked it.
And I was like,
Mock, where were you on Medieval Madness? Damn it!
I know. I was out of sync. I'm not kidding.
He was missing Perry on that one.
I know.
Yeah. But no, that was cool. I was like pointing out like the people to get and stuff, and I think the strategy I told Carrie was don't touch nothing.
yeah, go for the people and
don't touch anything else.
And you did a great.
So you were driving and Mock was shooting. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And that was terrific. I just tried to get the people. I would he'd point one out, or I'd say going for the girl, or so that we kind of had an idea of where we're going, because this way he would know, okay, I'm gonna head up this way, so he knew where to like cover me on at the top, and
worked out great.
Yeah, and then sometimes you'd see like a person that I didn't, and it's like, okay, go for the groups.
Go there.
Yeah, exactly. Go for the groups. Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. That was good.
Maybe I should have steered. I feel like I'm good at avoiding stuff, like for instance, Xevious.
Because it helps if you know the mechanics of that game, knowing.
I don't play Robotron. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It
was kind of like we were originally thinking for hyperspace, like oh, let's do Black Widow, but that didn't work. Well, we'll get to that. But
Yeah.
so we did Robotron.
Yep.
And I think Exidy had to
hit.
leave right around there, somewhere around Joust or Robotron.
Yeah.
He did play Frogger for sure. I'm not sure if he played Joust, but he definitely had fun.
Yeah, played Joust, but yeah, he did.
He had a blast too. So.
Yeah.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That's so cool that he was able to join us for a while. That was
right. Yep. So
he left after Joust because he was my partner on Joust, and that was it. After that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, did we go to the pin after that then?
Yes.
I think so.
After Robotron was that
Medieval Madness?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I pretty much did terrible on that one.
We did kill it. Oh my god, that was poetry in motion.
That was
awesome.
my best game of the whole fucking weekend with Gary.
Yeah.
There seems to be a consistency here.
Quadrupled.
It was a good day for me.
The next best score.
Yeah.
And all the people that you gotta say about all the people that own the Medieval Madness all sucked balls at it.
My God, was I?
That was
literally.
Mark sucked. No offense. Keith sucked.
So did Joel.
Yep.
We all
through the
sucked.
people who owned that game. That was like 3 million scores, something like that.
Yeah, it was horrible.
We had like 5 million, and then Carrie and Andrew had some
25 million something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a low scoring game in general?
No, not really.
So like a 300 million score pretty average. Like I mean, because
I tried to explain to you what your problem was playing pin there. You know, it's all in the thrust.
God, yeah, both of you did. I was kidding that oh, what's this bar like red mark I've got going across my stomach? No.
Yeah.
That's a lock bar. Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much reenacted the Bad Santa scene.
Yeah, and then I didn't know this until, was it you, Carrie, that told me, hey, did you know that someone else, was it Mock? Someone else came up behind
you got doubled up.
On top of that. And I'm like, well, yeah, no one, that makes a little more sense now.
Yeah, damn, 600 pounds of thrust hitting you from.
You didn't see the video.
600 pounds per square inch. Yeah. No. Well, I was too busy getting rammed into that thing.
Gak left the video in the morning when he woke up. He goes, "I'm just going to leave this here."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't. If it doesn't, it never shows a thumbnail, so I didn't click on it. And I'm like,
okay. I was cracking up in the morning.
I was downstairs in the house and. I post that, and like 2 minutes later, I could hear Mock laughing upstairs.
That was me and Carrie said the same thing. Like the first morning, we're like, the best thing about our Airbnb is waking up to fucking laughter every day. Every day, laughing up a storm.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have ever seen Jimbo getting thrown around like a fuck doll. I mean,
oh my God! I was going along. I was like, oh, I'll play along with this, and then all of a sudden, it was like, bam! I'm like, no.
When Chris hand me his phone, he's like, dude, film this real quick, and I'm like, all right. I've been like taking pictures like the play field, like playing the game, and he's like, oh shit, here it comes. You guys both lined up behind Jimbo, and I was like, buddy, I'm sorry. It's about to get awesome.
I'm a good sport.
Dude, that first thrust, you almost touch your forehead to the back last.
Yeah, and I'm a pretty limber guy. No.
You're not a little guy, yeah.
Pretty flexible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw.
So then what happened? So did we go to eat after the pinball? Was that?
That was it.
That was the end of it,
right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So we just.
So yeah, then we went back over to the table area.
Then we did pancake shots.
We did, yeah.
That was after dinner, right? Yeah. Wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, so can I say before we move on, one of my favorite moments of that evening? So Leo had stayed back at the table. The pin was kind of far away from the other games, so he stayed back to kind of watch all of our stuff because we had all the prizes and everything there. And then I was coming to. Actually, I think Andrew was going to relieve him later on, but I had come back to the table to do something, and it was right after Andrew and I had played, and I think we were only like number 2 up. We were like maybe the second one or maybe the third
We were early on.
Yeah, we were super early on. And Leo's like, what happened? Is everybody done? I'm like, no. We're just kind of, there was one pair that just took a really long time. I didn't want to tell him that we fucking kicked ass. But we fucking
Good
kicked
luck.
ass.
Yeah.
So sorry. So yes. I just had to say like that was really that amused me. It's like is everybody done? Like
I mean that was like probably legitimately like a 10-15 minute game for 2 players, which is really impressive.
It was.
Yeah. They were behind us going boring.
That was like the World Cup soccer. Zylas took fucking forever.
Right.
Oh my god.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
let's talk about what Keith brought up too, as far as like maybe rule changes for these tournaments in the future.
And Street Fighter, and stuff. Yeah.
We'll get there.
So,
Like, we'll get there.
so yeah, we finished up with pinball. Went back over the table.
Where's my
and
fucking lemon cookie?
Carrie started,
I'm still every time I fucking say that I start cracking up.
Yeah, no. I almost start tearing up every time I say the words cheek sneak. Like I can't. I say it out loud and I make myself laugh. Like it's that bad. It's like the most perfect words and perfect timing ever. I haven't cried in a long time, and I was crying tears of laughter.
Created awesome memories.
The scoring we did, Carrie pretty much came up with it. It is based loosely on the pinball scoring, right?
Right. Yeah. So the scoring system for each game, essentially the pair would get the same score, but everybody got a score, and it was you played a game, so you showed the fuck up, you got a point. You got a point for every team that you beat. And if your team came in first, you got an extra point for that. So in other words, if there were 5 teams and you came in first, then you would end up with, I think it would be 6 points. And then the second place would get 4 points. Third place would get 2, or, however that works. Anyway, you got it.
6, 5, 4.
Yeah, exactly.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Well, you got an extra. You get an extra
greater
little
the
bump.
number of players in your tournament. 6, 4, 3, 2.
Who just joined us?
Yeah, because the first place got a second extra point, so it's like first place got 6, second place got 4, third place third, second 2,
and then
just
last
broke
place gets 1 point.
That was weird. Who was that?
But you count.
I have no idea.
From the bottom up.
I only sent the link out to
Training and support.
Yeah,
I know. That was
We could use
right?
as much support as they'll give us.
Right, I was about to say, I always like support, but I don't know about the training.
Well, I mean, look at this giant list that Brad has for sending out to everyone. So I have no idea. That could have been anyone.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a bottle there.
What the fuck is this?
Alice.
mine.
Who the fuck is Alice?
I can't believe the bottle actually labels.
It was mine, I should say.
This thing soaked for like 3 days in a cooler, and it still has a label on it. I thought it was a blood.
Wow.
Impressive.
That's like some slide art I've tried to
And the shit
remove.
came out. It's still cold.
like any other any other person on this hangout that we've visited. Now your place is included. It puts things in perspective. Now I see the background. I'm like, oh yeah, I was there. Okay, that's right.
You guys know
I've been there.
When you leave to go do something, I know that you have to actually walk into your house. It's not just attached right there.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's still the backyard right there.
Yep. See, I had never seen that vantage point until
The backyard.
Yeah.
And that's crappy weeds be there.
And a tree house.
There's a little bit of a walk, and then you have to get past the 2 giant mutant dogs.
Yeah, the elk that we have.
Yes. Yep.
And the cute kitty cat, the loving cat.
Yes.
That would be Olive.
Comb
That
your
would be
hair
stuffed
while you're
Olive.
going to pee.
Yeah.
She'll be eternally known as the stuffed Olive.
No, I have no idea what her real name is. I just think of her as Olive.
Oh,
Olive.
well, let's go with Olive. I like that.
So Carrie, that was probably maybe half hour doing the we'll call it the awards ceremony, right?
We have a Drinker's Grand Palace in the chat.
Hey, no
Retro. Hey, Steve,
Is that a
we have a
Steve,
spot
maybe?
open.
Yeah.
We have
That's
5 open. You can come in as many times as you want. Wait.
Steve, we're talking about the tournament we're going to run at your place here in a couple of months. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was a blazing success. Everyone had a blast.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
So
Yeah.
so pinball. Just to
The locals that for whatever reason couldn't make it, they really missed out. I gotta say.
They did, yeah.
And the people
Okay.
that just walked up and joined, or people that came late that just watched,
Mhm.
said that looked like a lot of fun, and they just sat and watched us play. And
Yeah.
they go, "Oh, that looks like so much fun!" And they were laughing, watching us play, and yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
So just real quick, so pinball was like each person had a flipper. If you guys didn't catch that, we didn't talk about like a 4-player joust. We talked about like like moving versus flapping, but yeah. So pinball, it's like one person standing on both sides, and
every game was 2 people or more on it. So when like Frogger was one person controls, the other person calls out because the person's blindfolded. Just controlling Frogger.
Yeah.
Yep. So
then
no one got sick from using the same blindfold, so we're good.
Yeah. Nobody got pink eye.
Right? Yeah.
Nobody got altitude sickness either.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
A lot of water.
Water.
Yeah, water. I know. Well, Andrew drinks beer.
Drink some fucking water.
Water.
Except me.
Yeah, drink more water so I have more beer.
How much water do you have?
Yeah.
My pee was never yellow.
I had
It was always clear.
Drink a lot of water.
my pee.
No, you gotta piss clear up here in the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drank so much water.
Hey, all right. Yeah.
I still
I don't think I've ever had so much water my whole life.
I was so
here.
surprised.
I was
Thursday night was, I think, the closest to all of us being crunked, and every time I turned around, people were drinking water. I'm like, who the fuck are you guys?
Yeah.
I was just trying to keep someone from out of the being in the hospital, and it's so sad. I cleaned up the garage today, and it's like I got Gax water bottle.
Oh yeah.
You should take these home. And like Jimbo
Man, I didn't have
DVDs.
space.
I didn't even
was worried
get
about
Mine's got finger marks over the name. It's like
There's Carrie's water bottle.
I didn't even get a water bottle.
Dude, I've got 3 spares here. I had
there was like
10
4 or
bottles.
5 that were.
He's got 10.
Aaron, who should have known better, he shouldn't even needed a water bottle. He should have shown up with one.
So
fucking Aaron.
Binkman85 is asking how much Never Too Hungover. Well, I had a 24 pack, right?
Yep.
Out there from Amazon.
Yeah.
And then Andrew, you had like 6
I had
or
8.
7.
I had 8 because I had a 6-pack that was unopened and 3 leftovers.
I drank a
so-
total of 3 over the course of the whole weekend. I had
Me.
I think I had 2 either Thursday or Friday, and 1. Then I had 1 on Saturday night. That's a whole nother story. And I think I had 2 either Friday or 2 on Thursday because I used 2 in one night. I don't think I used one of those nights. Maybe Friday was the day I didn't use any because we had done the because we had our pizza. We went back. And then we went to Andrew's afterwards, and we were up pretty late, and I felt pretty sober. So, yeah, I think I used 1 on Thursday and 2 on Saturday.
Yeah, the last night, I think.
1 Thursday, 1 on
I did 2. Where we got pretty, a little smashed on the last night,
It's hard to say. I don't
Yeah.
Pretty smashed that night.
Smash Saturday night. That was like the finale. You know?
Yeah. So, all right. So let's keep going in chronological order.
Yeah, stay focused here.
We did the awards thing. We did the awards thing. There was one guy who showed up like right at the end there. Nintendo guy or
that's
Tendered?
Daniel.
Nerd
Nintendo.
Nerd Nintendo. Yeah, there we go.
Everyone was good shit, by the way.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
showed
was
up,
really nice.
participated.
So then we all agreed that we needed to eat something because I think it had been a good 6 hours, 8 hours.
Nothing better than to soak up booze than pizza.
Yeah. So we walked across the
Nice,
street
greasy
and
pizza.
had a whole bunch of pizza over there. That was night 1 of me watching the impressive stomach that looks like a man, also known as Leo.
I can't wait to talk about like the fucking Leo with 3 guns and fucking wings, which when he walked out of there, he looked like a goddamn tube sock with a watermelon in it.
Yeah,
that's a good descriptor.
We had the pizza, right? And I think we started out with we were gonna get like 3 large pizzas. And I'm like, that's all they said. There were 8 pieces on each.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's probably not enough. Probably should get another one. Yeah, but they were huge slices though. Like,
yeah,
I think I stuffed myself with 3.
Yeah, it was like very New York style. So it was like, I don't know, 18 or 24-inch pizzas. I mean, they were fucking stupid huge.
Yeah, like 2 pieces seemed like it would have been plenty, but I gorged and had 3. But Leo, man, he had like 5 slices. I think.
Yeah, I had like 3 or 4. I think I had 4, and by the 4th, I'm like, I can't eat the crust. You know.
Yes.
That was damn good pizza, though.
Yeah, it was.
And no one got one fucking drink. We all just pounded water.
Yeah,
that was a good water moment.
And while we were waiting on the pizza, I think it was T-Dog's. He ran downstairs and got a couple of like it's like a cheese sliced into smaller pieces.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So kind of like cheese sticks that kind of hold us over. I was like, oh man, that hit the spot. We had to wait a little while for our pizza. So we finished up there and then
went back, and then all of a sudden there was like 8 billion people at one up.
Right.
We're like, who? What the fuck?
But Jimbo, you were like, oh, I want you guys to try this.
There's too many people on games. Let's do pancake shots.
Yeah, hipster central.
Yeah. So oh man, I made a comment because I wanted to play Hyper Street Fighter 2. They had a cabinet, had an LCD, but still like it was in a Z-back, I think. And I wanted to play that, but literally every time, it was a red Z-back. Every time I walked past there, it was a guy-girl couple playing. I was blown away. I'm like, really? I mean, I could see how that would be kind of fun.
You're gonna get a hand job, at least.
Handy. Yeah.
No.
But every time it was like 3 different couples. I was like, damn, I never would have thought of, playing Street Fighter with your girlfriend. Coincidentally, that ended up happening at Hyperspace.
Yeah, right.
But
that's true. Yeah, on the right team.
So I'm like, let's. You guys got to try this shot. It's a pancake shot because I play volleyball on a league a couple nights a week, and one of my teammates, one of my friends, she introduced me to a pancake shot, and she's like, "You got to try this shot. It tastes like a pancake." And I'm like, "What's in it?" And she explains that it's 2 shots. So there's a shot of alcohol and then a chaser. The alcohol is 2 parts Jameson, 1 part butter shots schnapps. And then the chaser is orange juice. And you're like, okay, you got a buttery thing here. Okay, I can kind of see it. Orange juice. How are these supposed to make it taste like a pancake? But I'm like, I had it. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. So I was hyping it up. And I'm like, all right, everyone, let's do this. So I think there were 9 of us.
Was it 9 shots?
Yeah. I see
9 shots.
All those. I was getting nervous.
And the bartender didn't know how to mix it, so I pull it up on my phone. I'm like, here you go.
Yeah, I remember.
And actually, I think I have the 2 videos of him actually pouring the shots, and then you guys drinking it on one side. So I'll have to add that to the.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And so he's mixing all these shots, which ends up it's 18 shot glasses because it's 9. Right. And our little blonde server walks behind him and she looks at him and holy shit.
Yeah. She did.
But it was awesome. Everyone got to try it. And I think everyone enjoyed it. It was a good time.
Everyone was like shocked by it.
Yeah,
I know.
We're all looking at each other confused.
Right.
Like,
I know. It's like,
this shit's real.
Yeah.
I just finished some pancakes.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, and Buffett was in the background. I'm watching the video.
Buttery, mapley pancakes.
Yeah.
That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, I'll totally have to post this video for you guys.
Oh, Buffett. Now I remember what you're talking about. The guy sitting at the
he's a big beardy guy from in the background with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we saw Brad at TSA at the airport.
Oh, yeah, he was a security guard, right?
Yeah. Brad was there. He was there. Yeah.
So yeah, that was great. Thanks for the shots, Jimbo.
Oh, that was fun. We all, God, that was so much fun. And okay, so that pretty much capped off Thursday, or Friday, I should say.
Friday.
And then Saturday we did Hyperspace, and we can get into that, where we did a similar format. We had a blind game, we had a pin, and then we had one 2 2-player game to make up for Joust.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Street Fighter, which is kind of its own thing because we did a bracket style for that.
Right, and we had Wacko.
We did a bracket style for Joust, but Street Fighter was a little more complicated.
So which was the first game? Was it Wacko the first game?
We played Wacko first.
Wacko was the first one.
So that was the
Wacko was our Robotron.
Wacko was our Robotron.
Right.
Yep.
We
Which was
had
a great pick.
we had more people for this tournament, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because me, Mock, and Keith,
maybe?
we just walked around because there are a fair amount of people. There were several people around, and we went basically up to all the adults because we didn't want to be creepers, you know.
Hey, little boy.
Hey, little Timmy, you look
play
like
a game
for a game of Wacko, you know. It's like so we walked up to all the adults and basically we're like, hey, we got this thing going on, and we got a fair amount of people interested.
It was a good 4 to 6 people, yeah.
Yeah.
I was standing by the front door and I was like, no one's coming in. So will you guys please go talk to everyone in the arcade and get them involved in this? Because
Yeah.
I'm talking to everyone who walks through the door, but like the rest of them who are already in, they have no idea that we're doing a tournament. So
Yeah.
and it was funny because like walking through the arcade, everyone who was there was involved. There was like 1 or 2 other like groups of people who weren't, but almost everyone was involved. It was awesome. The place was like dead aside from like everyone who was gathered on a Wacko or Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, we called Xylo over when we were doing Wacko, and there'd be like one person playing a game, one person, and all of a sudden, boom, there's this big mob of people hovering around one game.
She joined when we were playing Miss Pac-Man. And she was sitting there laughing her ass off, like she could not believe what we were doing.
Miss Pac-Man
realized
how
awesome, like what it was that we were trying to accomplish with this thing. It's like, holy fuck, we got all these people gathered around this one game, having a fucking blast.
Yeah.
And she's like,
and if you had gone already, you'd want to stick around because you'd be like, they better not beat my score. You know,
right?
Like you're watching it. Like, there's every reason to watch every game.
And when the pair got it right, it was so fucking astonishing because so few people did. And then if you had gone, you knew how freaking hard it was. Yeah. It was amazing how when you saw a pair of people go and do well, it was like,
that was another thing where me and Andrew were like, okay, so we gotta call this out like a good second in advance. But the problem with that game is that there are a lot. It's not like Frogger where you can stick with there's a lot of zigzags, and as soon as you're off by 1, it's frantic. And then you have the ghost too, because you don't get that with Frogger. The enemies are they're all stationary
on the first level at least.
I mean, and that seemed to be kind of the key to winning that one was to go for the ghosts. Like nobody cleared the level. And so the best you could do is try to get, if you could get 3 ghosts, then, you're golden.
I think the top score was like 5,000 points. No one got an extra life. So, I mean, no one cleared the first level. It was way more difficult than Frogger. So I don't know if we would do Miss Pac again, but it was a blast.
And that was slow Miss Pac too. We actually
had to be slower.
Yep. Because fast would be almost impossible.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it was funny. Me and Andrew, we were on different teams, but we're like, so the strategy should be do big circles because you can stay in one direction for a long time. But the problem is that as soon as that's broken, as soon as there's a ghost or someone misses a turn, you're screwed. And we were discussing too. We're like, well, this is a game again where you can be holding a direction, and as soon as there's an opening, you'll go in that direction. So I think Richard was my partner, and I'm like, and he's like, I'm not good at Miss Pac-Man. I'm like, all right, I'll call the shots, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call it early, and you just hold that direction.
That's funny, because I was telling Gak the same thing, because that's what you told me. Is that you corner with Pac, like you start with Pac-Man, like you start going up before you even get to the turn. You start going right before you get to that turn. So I was telling Gak, like, hold that. It's like, all right, so I'm going to tell you go right.
I say a new direction.
Just don't just touch right and then go back to neutral. Like, hold right forever. And as soon as I say up, just keep holding up. That allowed me to like give him instructions a second or two before you even needed them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My strategy with Dave Super Stearns. It was similar, except for I just said I'm just going to give you directions to go stay near a power pellet and just wait for the ghosts. And then I'll tell you to go the direction to get the power pellet and just grab as many ghosts as you can by my direction.
Right.
And I hadn't thought about what Andrew told me later, which was hold the joystick in that direction. Because you don't think about it, you just say like left, and then they might just push left like Frogger. You know, you just push left real quick. But then it might, go up if you're not paying attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So,
yeah, and I seem to recall you kicked ass on that game as well as Wacko too.
I can't remember what team it was, but someone ended up like chasing the red ghost at one point.
Yeah, that was hard. And they just like he was like no left, right, no right. No,
yeah, I think that was me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my partner occasionally.
You're like going after the red ghost. So like, no.
Other right. That one was a little more challenging.
Every game, the words "oh shit"
like biting the fucking back of the red ghost the entire way. It was like,
every game had the words "oh shit" involved somewhere. That was the joke. Like, what direction is "oh shit"?
Or "oh fuck it"? Because it was like. It was too complicated. It too many commands, and you're getting away from the red ghost, and you're just like left, right, fuck.
Yeah, that was too hard.
My favorite one by far was go back.
Yeah,
it was like go back direction.
Go back where?
Go back mean.
That was awesome.
Well, it might be a little hard, but like Space Invaders, maybe that's with a fire button. They could just keep firing. I don't know.
But we were talking that if you have a game like that where there's one person's controlling a button or buttons, one's a joystick, you need something more than a fire so that there's more strategy involved for the person. Like originally we were going to do Moon Patrol, but then me and Andrew we just started up a game, and it goes on and on.
Too boring.
On. You can play that forever. Yeah.
Same with Dig Dug. Boring.
Yeah, Dig Dug, we tried that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Frogger worked really well. Like I would repeat that one at Grinkers.
I think Frogger was brilliant.
That was a hit. Yeah. Okay, so after we did Wacko, we did Miss Pac-Man, we did our Street Fighter tournament, I think, next, and then a pin.
And then pin. Yep.
The
World
Street Fighter tournament. Yes, and the Street Fighter tournament was interesting to say the least.
That's one that needed a rule change.
Well, and part of it was because if I had to guess, more than half the people weren't really familiar with the game, myself included.
And half, and again, but
testament to pick or moves.
It was a testament though to the people that know the game, myself included. Andrew, I mean, a lot of people that knew the game, at least half the people didn't fare that well.
No, and Joel, who fucking hates Street Fighter, won.
Yes. So our thing was 90% of the people picked Blanca.
Yeah.
It was a Blanca mirror all the way around.
Which was one of the
you did
one of the things that so actually I really like the Dalsim. Like the team.
I thought that was really smart.
That's really smart.
When I talked to the dudes that were playing, I forgot their names. I was like, "Well, that's a genius idea because you can just press." That's a character where you can press buttons full screen.
Yep. And the range doesn't matter. We were playing championship, so yeah.
Yep. Slow.
Maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but I swear one of the characters was like face humping the other one. Like got up on his shoulders and he's just like, rah, rah, rah,
that's Blanca. Yeah,
that's Blanca. Yeah. So
I got a brains.
So VJ and I got to manage a couple of face bites, and we got a roll off with Blanca.
Yep.
I was very proud of that.
Yeah, and it was interesting, the strategy. Like I told, because I wanted Carrie to be the button masher, and I was like, and I would give her a little pep talk. And Carrie's you never play Street Fighter, nope. And I'm like, okay, ignore these 2 buttons, use these 4. But I made it a little too, like in hindsight, I would have made it a little more simplistic. I made it a little more complicated than it needed to be. I was like, if I'm crouching, do this. If I'm jumping, do this. But we did okay the first round. But what ended up happening, long story short, is that people, other than Blanca, there was Honda, people were picking those characters because they can mash buttons for electricity.
Yep. There's a lot of electricity.
That's what ended up kind of becoming the tournament.
Which I think is like what we need to do for the next time. So we talked about like so what do we need to change? And I think for Street Fighter, I think that's a great game. I think we should totally do it again. But we have to get rid of the button,
the charge or the mashing,
any of the mashing, any of the moves you can do with one, which is buttons.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like if it's a move that you can do like a fireball or any charge moves, that's fine. But Blanca can't be in, Honda can't be in, Chun-Li can't be in. Those three have to be out. Yeah. And then Blanca, I mean, if we would remove that, that would have been a whole different game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
It was funny watching Keith trying to shoot fireballs. You know, he kept.
I talked to him about that because I thought for sure when I was standing behind him, I'm like, he must just be pumping the quarter circle motion, and then the other person's just hitting the punch buttons. But he told me later that he was calling out punch, which is to me more difficult because the timing's a little more strict. I mean, that's a slower game, but the timing's strict. I told him later we were talking. I'm like, oh, that's not how I would have done it. I would have done a quarter circle, maybe said punch, but had the person piano the buttons because they have 6 times. Yeah. So the way the game, not to get too technical, but the way the game works is that
boring.
Boring.
No, go ahead, get technical.
But a move. So like if a move in that game can come out if you hit a button. So if you press a button down, a punch. Say you hit jab or a punch, any of the punch buttons. You push the button, the move comes out. But there's also what's called negative edge in there, where you can hold the button down, and when you release it, the move still comes out. Right. So in theory, you have 2 chances to get any of the one single buttons. So if you hit one button, you have 2 chances for it to come out. One when you press it down, and one when you release it. So if you're really trying really hard to get timing real precise, a lot of the expert players will do what's called pianoing. You will go either left to right or right to left across the 3 punch buttons or kick buttons. And so you've got 3 chances there because you're going for the move to come out, and then you're also getting that release. So there's 6 opportunities within like a fraction of a second for you to get the timing right for that move. Mm-hmm. So if a fireball is down, forward, punch, you would in theory to get the best timing have the person with the joystick do that motion, do the down, forward, the little quarter circle, and then have the person on the right, if you say punch, just piano, and go 3, and then release. And there would be 6 opportunities for that to come out. So that's what I was telling Keith. I'm like, oh, that's how that's how I would have done it. But he had it working. I mean, there were fireballs coming out, but then every once in a while you'd get like something weird, like a crouching fierce or whatever. Right. But anyways.
But that was brilliant. I think that if we had the right characters playing against the right characters, so get rid of all of the players, basically the 3 that we mentioned, who can do charge moves that are just pure buttons, because everyone's just basically railing on the fucking punch buttons.
Like David's the prime example, like him and Joel. He's like,
every time he was like, it's like it was all electricity, and I think basically that was what won the game. But if we excluded those characters, then it would just become a pure button mashing craziness.
Yes,
and it would have been a lot more fun.
Yeah. So it was, and we did that in a traditional bracket style. I had a little app on my phone so that we didn't have to do it on paper like we did with Joe's. And then after that, we did World Cup Soccer.
World Cup Soccer, which is a lot of fun. Yeah.
Which is the case in contraire to 1UP, where the people that knew Medieval Madness all kind of blew. One of the people that knew World Cup Soccer, Joel, holy balls, got it destroyed. Destroyed it.
Yep.
Yeah, they got.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
I don't know. The second place was like 217 maybe.
Yeah,
or,
I think
or
that was
something like that.
like myself and like one other guy. We did second place on that one.
And then they got like 814
the
million.
next
It's
closest
just
was like ridiculously higher. Yeah.
Joel had that hit
Yeah.
down. He was a bam.
Yeah.
He'd do like 2 like little pumps with the flipper, and then also pow, like every time the ball came down.
Right.
Yeah.
That
It was Gak, that was
know
you
it.
too, right? It was you and
Yeah.
Joel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
So-
Gak pretty much swept day 2
Yeah.
for the
I know I've
individual
Jerry
games.
swept day 1, and I swept
Yep.
day 2, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
For not
I-
the dual teaming ones, but the
Right.
the regular ones.
Double team.
Yeah.
And I know I've talked about World Cup soccer. Like I don't like that theme very much, but that game is fucking fun.
Yeah, it is.
It was funny watching. I can't remember who it was. Was it Joel maybe telling you, or someone? There were 2 people, and the person kept like as soon as there was the goalie shot, like the little penalty shot, and they kept hitting it right away. And he, no, you got to wait for that. You gotta wait. And then,
It's funny. I was telling my other guy who was like, don't touch it. It's like it would drop in there. It's like that, and then I'd like hit it like boom.
That
every
was
time.
okay. That was you guys.
There we go.
I didn't quite throw my hand to his chest. It's like, but I was playing on the right side, so I could see it.
Yeah.
The left side, if you're playing over there, you can't
It's
see
hard.
it.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Yeah.
So it's like I was like, all right, I'm on the right. It's like I was like, damn it, don't touch it. Boom. And I hit every one of those goals.
My magnet threw my ball right down the center. I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had
That's the one
David as
that
a
Joel
partner.
told me not to touch the magnet one. He's like,
Right.
most of the time it'll make it worse.
Yeah.
I had David as a partner, and he clearly knew that game well better than I. I mean, that was maybe the second time I'd played it, but he knew exactly what he was doing. It was pretty impressive. Like I'm impressed that we even got like 174,000. It was all him. It was not me.
Joel did so well because he's owned 2 of them. So
Yeah. That's what he told me.
yeah. So he rocked.
It's such a funny. It's totally an underrated pin. Like
And
for the
cheap.
money, it's cheap and it's
A
so
couple
much
have
fucking
popped
fun.
up around here for 4. I don't
They
know.
made a lot of them. You'll see them come
Four
on
is way too
Craigslist
much.
all the
Jesus
time.
That's what I thought.
I know.
Don't buy one more than 3. Yeah.
3.
Oh God, damn!
It's still too much.
25. Yeah.
I remember passing on those things at 18.
I passed on one at 1100.
Oh wow.
Probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Just fucking with me.
Yes, I did.
Totally.
Yep.
1100, I would be kicking my ass.
I bought not 1 but 2 Data East Batman pins from a guy for like 700 or 800, and but those are just crappy games. I cannot play that one. But yeah, same guy had a World Cup soccer. I'm like, I don't really like the theme. I don't know if I want that one.
The
you know?
theme is
The theme sucks.
Yeah.
but it's
Hey.
such a fun table.
Sorry.
It's got a cute doggy on it.
And I love dogs.
That's
but no.
a Hanna-Barbera dog too. That's like
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
drinks tea and
Yeah.
flies around, flips
Yeah.
coins, and plays with balls.
you Hanna-Barbarian.
He's cute. He's funny.
He is cute. He is. Yes.
He's just not
Sorry.
$2,000 cute, I guess.
But yeah, and it was
Yeah.
really, it was pretty interesting seeing the contrast between the 2 arcades too. You know, one up is, you know, total hipster bar,
Ugh.
Mhm.
you know, type place. A lot of fun.
Count the handlebar
And then-
mustaches.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's a lot of mustache wax there that night.
Oh my God, there was a lot of mustache wax, especially after we came back from pizza. Oh, sweet
Yeah.
Jesus.
And the
Yeah.
bad shirts.
There was before pizza and after pizza. Before pizza was like 0. Like after pizza
Yeah.
was like, I don't know, 8 or 10 guys.
Yeah.
I think we walked through a portal or something. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
And then, you know, Hyperspace was just purely an arcade, you know.
Yeah.
So many games. Man,
Yeah.
Zyla really
packed in there.
packed them in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a ton of games. Super,
But
yeah, very
the
family
The
oriented.
music was, yeah, the music was
The
great.
grandma
though.
who was playing, Pac-Man, and then was playing some sort of shooting game.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish we could have
It was, the music was really loud, but it was great
Yeah.
choice of
Yeah.
music. though. I like that.
Lots of kids and stuff like that and family and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to check out the Beavis and Butthead game. I want to check out Crackdown and Crater Raider. And there's some
Raider
games I
Raider.
missed
We missed
out.
on that one because we wanted to play that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so Maybe next time.
Right?
We were all so hungry. We should have
Yeah.
brought snacks or something. After the tournament, we're all like, let's eat.
Yeah, although it was late by the time that it was like 7:30 or something by the time we
it's time
Yeah.
to
headed
get
out of
some
there.
food. And taking the group photo and then having to deal with Joel disappearing again. And taking a
Right.
picture and-
There is Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the.
It wouldn't be so bad, but he gets so bitchy when he gets left out.
How many times did we say, "Where's Joel?" Though it's like,
Oh,
okay,
I
everybody
Yeah.
next game.
Every fucking game.
Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like walking
Each
into the
time.
depot. Did I get Joel's fucking badge? No. Where's Joel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
You're talking about the leash. Aha.
Yeah. Exactly.
We need the
He
leash.
needed to be
He
tethered
so
to
needed
that,
a
that
leash.
depot hat.
He'd be around for the whole like preemptive thing, and then like during the 30 seconds that it was crucial that he was there, it bloop,
Yep.
Yeah.
gone. Ooh,
Well,
great.
he was doing quite a bit of grinder swiping.
Yeah.
too.
Like eight
nice.
spin.
Oh,
Yeah.
grinder. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Right to the bone there.
That's what he gets for not being on the show today.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna be
there's
here.
him
Being a
right.
good dad with his
Like
kid.
grinding right now.
Yeah.
Where's that sucker?
I think he's
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah.
Should I screen share his little flame on picture? His super pose.
I like his
yes.
gift that he's
Did
jumping
you
in
like
the
that?
air.
It was
Yeah.
great because Gak took a burst of pictures,
Yeah.
and so I threw them
Yeah.
up on a gift maker, and they're perfect. I could
Yeah.
just
It came out perfect. Now,
Yeah.
was that
And
his
then
name
glasses.
badge or was that his glasses? I thought it was
His
his name badge.
his glasses.
Oh, it was his
Pretty-
glasses. Oh,
I
I
think
thought it
he
was
had
his
him like on top
name
of his
badge.
head, and then he
Yeah.
It was so little.
like, the jump thing, and they went flying off. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
that's pretty funny.
That
See,
was,
that's jumping. I'm jumping forward a little bit, but who was the one that came with us and hung out at the house? Was it Yeti?
VJ.
Or DJ?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DJ and
What's his handle? What's his Kelly handle?
Yeti.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeti.
Here we
The
go.
Yeti.
There we go.
So yeah. Oh,
Kind
Yeah.
of skipping.
Oh, what a feeling.
So he comes up to me, and it was right after Gak had taken a picture, and we're in hyperspace. He comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, look, what do you think of this?" So he shows me a picture, the freeze frame
Yeah.
of him like in the air, and I take a look at it, and there's like a 2-second delay, and I'm like, "Super," and that's it. That was it. He's, well, what do you expect?
Yeah, so VJ, he was like, we're all hanging out, and he's like, you guys are just like on the podcast, you guys are just hanging out here together. It's like the
Except
same
for those
thing.
shows that we're not, unless we're not drinking.
this is us.
Yeah,
This
Right.
really is.
yeah.
Yeah, I like
It's
that.
like it's not like fake stuff or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Justice Twisted.
You
Yeah.
get what you get what you
Yeah.
see, basically.
Yeah, that was. I enjoyed it. That
Saturday night was a great conclusion. What great
That was
way to
brilliant,
cap it
right?
off. That was quite the finale.
So it was a 36 wings from fucking Leo.
Yeah.
Hot wings, like
Right.
the hottest that they had.
He went
Yeah,
through.
so
He went through like a medium hot and extra hot. So then he went back to his hotel and fucking melted the toilet.
He had lava. He had lava ass.
Lava ass. And then the next day he walks in here and he's like starts fucking farting in the garage here. I'm like,
Oh, he started.
outside, man.
We all
No.
called
Yeah,
about him when we were walking back into the room Saturday night into the house. He snuck one out when we were walking in the door, and I called him out on it. I'm like, "Oh, it's starting already."
Yeah.
I think he couldn't control it. It was like-
After eating 36
fucking
incredibly
lost
hot
my-
wings.
I lost my shit when Andrew's sitting next to me, and he cuts another one. He's sitting at the table. We're sitting on the outside. We had chairs lined up, and I'm sitting
then
next to
you're on
Andrew,
wheels.
and all of a sudden you see Leo, and he's like, boom, and he does
He
like
leans
one.
over. He's like,
Lean over. And I'm like, and Andrew's like, oh, he pulled a cheek sneak, and I just fucking lost it. I was literally crying.
Yeah.
I got the tears running down. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, because when
That still
we,
goes on.
even the night before, most of us pretty much wound up at Andrew's house Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And we were up till probably 2 or 3 in the morning
watching tentacle porn.
Yep.
No.
Yes. That's right. And then Saturday when we finished up at Hyperspace, everybody was hungry.
It's classic.
We had to have a couple drinks, so we went back to the house, our house.
Yeah.
Right?
In the middle.
Andrew's house.
Yeah.
In the middle of Electric Avenue.
Yeah. So it's like maybe a 5 or 10 minute walk from the house was the wing place we went to. So there's probably probably 10 of us there or so, 10 or 12 of us.
10. Yeah, it's because somebody else couldn't join us. Yeah, so it was,
And they had beanbag toss, which was great while we waited.
that was great. That was super fun.
I sucked ass, but
that's when Andrew's talking about how Leo had because it's a hot wing place, sandwiches, salads, that kind of thing. And Leo was like, I heard it when the guy came out, or lady, I don't remember who now, brought out this big old tray. It was like, who's the one who ordered 36?
36.
And I'm thinking like, wow, he's like offering these up to share to everybody or what? Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, that's me. And then he just starts ralphing,
He just fucking ate the whole fucking platter.
Gabby got a sampler.
I got a sampler at our table.
Share, and which isn't that big compared to that.
Right.
Well, he was next to me when he ordered them, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's going to order those for everybody to have a few, or something.
Leo is a sharer.
Yes,
Leo is inherently he's a sharer. He brings incredible beers to share with us. There's that whole he's buying these things to share. Then fuck that, he ate all fucking 30.
Oh my god!
But he goes into this zone when he eats them. That
guy was like a Tasmanian. And then Carrie turns to me like, "Look at Leo. He looks like he's in pain."
That's what I told Carrie. I'm like, "Look at him.
Look over his face is just dark." And
it's like, don't get near him, lose a finger.
Yeah.
And he's getting down to the last 3 or 4, and we're all like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna finish them all.
We're all fucking
the last one. We're all clapping.
He was like sucking the chicken right off the bone.
Those bones were clean too.
36
he was sucking them clean. They were
he goes
bones.
I love it. He goes, I could probably eat 12 more.
Maybe 18. Definitely 12.
Well, if you're destroying your liver, you might as well destroy your stomach while you're,
I could barely eat the 12 I got.
I got boneless, and they're like big ass tenders.
Yeah.
And I think there were supposed to be 10, but I think there were 12. 10. But so.
That place was good. They had really good sauce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that place was good. I like that you could sample it too. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Because I had been
that place was yummy.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
Scott Reed says, if I ever meet you guys in real person, remind me never to eat in front of you, Brian Koo.
Yeah.
Scott, there were plenty of Brian Koo jokes going around.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thursday morning, me, Carrie, Andrew, we all left to we went to the grocery store to get a bunch of snacks, stuff for the day, because we knew there was going to be a lot of drinking and water and whatnot.
And you guys showed up early.
We showed up on Wednesday, actually. So we had time to go to the store. We pick up. We're like, what are some good snacks? And we're kind of thinking, what's pseudo healthy, even though that's kind of a moot point at a certain extent. But we pick up a big ass thing of mixed nuts. I picked up a big thing of these beef sticks. So we were pretty loaded. We had a good assortment of snacks.
And first person that shows up, pretzels and stuff like that too. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And by the way, that big thing of nuts, that wasn't that bad. I was making $10. 10. And then the beef sticks were like,
that was like
those are like $20.
Yeah,
it was like $15-$20 somewhere in there. First thing, okay, Crafty shows up. Aaron, Crafty Mech.
Well, we were saying hopefully Brian Koo doesn't show up to kind of grab all our food, right?
Crafty shows up. He's like, "Hey guys!" First thing he does, goes for the beef sticks. Oh, look at this!
He looked like Freddy Krueger with 3 of them in his hands, just fucking doing each one of them.
Yeah. I could smell it. I'm like, Oh Jesus! Oh, you know what? Exactly what to go for. You go for the expensive shit, you dick.
He's not drinking either. So.
I hadn't even had anything yet. You know, I'm drinking like so Mike, Street Fighter Mike with our
water.
Yeah. Mike shows up and he's got this big ass cooler. He brought a lot of beer.
He did.
So I started drinking some of that, and I'm feeling pretty good. And meanwhile, Crafty's just doing damage on all of our snacks.
He's just hovering around the table, just having snacks.
Well, it's like someone I suppose that would quit smoking and quit drinking, and you need something to munch on. Yeah. So that was the ongoing joke. I love you, Crafty.
Yeah. Thanks for the
tip.
tip.
But the rest of the days.
We had great.
I love you, Crafty, but you were the Brian Koo of this party.
Oh,
yeah.
He totally was.
Poor Crafty.
Well, and the funny thing is
Crafty.
that we were doing that monitor swap for your anniversary,
right?
At Galaga. And Crafty's like, I'll just supervise. He's like munching on stuff. You, me, and Gak are like killing ourselves. I was showing Crafty my hand. I'm like, yeah, this is really because I had the front end of it where there's like no finger space.
I still have fucking scars from moving that monitor.
My fingers just got chewed the fuck up. I'm like all peeling all over the place. Yeah.
Fucking.
There was a time where I was talking to Carrie, and there's some people behind me playing pinball. I don't know who it was, and then somebody else was playing a game. And then I smelled a fart, and I was like, God, I hope Carrie doesn't think that was me. It was because of those sticks, though.
I did notice it, but I did not think it was you.
Was
that at my house?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Your house. In the middle of the farts. Your house.
Someone walked through or something. I'm like, God, that was gross.
God damn it.
The old blow by.
Well, it's funny. Andrew comes up to me.
This is blame Leo because he was farting all weekend, so it's probably him.
Poor Leo, he's gonna get all the blame now.
I know.
Showed up tonight, so
and he's probably on the plane watching this.
He
on
was
his
in our chat earlier.
Damn you! I can't say anything.
Well, it's funny. Me and Mike were playing a shit ton of Street Fighter. We actually, I was getting pretty damn drunk because we would between rounds we're taking sips of IPAs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we played for like a good hour and a half. It seemed like. And I'm like, all right, after like the 50th match, I'm like, all right, I need a beer break. I need to just he's like, all right. Andrew comes up to me, like he must not have been paying attention. He's like, did you guys get any games in?
I know, I was busy being host, so I didn't see it.
Yeah. How dare you be?
I know you were a great host. You you catered our dinner one night.
Oh wow,
man, that came in handy.
Yeah,
and you weren't one of those lame. You weren't a lame host where they didn't drink. Like they're like, I gotta be sober because I'm not like that.
Yeah, you picked our asses up at the train station. You came up with places for us to eat. You had a plan. You moved us around.
Before we even spotted your van, I told Carrie, I kind of want to frolic through these water fountains. And then, there he is. Wait a second. There's the creeper van. Yeah.
There'll be no frolicking.
I was there every morning for you guys to fucking truck you guys to breakfast.
Yeah. You were indeed.
I like that. Those breakfast places were good too.
Yeah. I hit the spot.
Yeah.
You guys were like dissing our fucking Mexicans, so I wanted to make sure that you got a good.
I know we don't have any Casa Bonita.
Yeah, it was good, but our Mexicans do cook better than you Mexicans. Just saying.
Hey, that meat lovers omelet was
closer to Mexico.
Yeah, that's right. Is that your call? It was more recently Mexico.
Well, that meat lovers omelet.
All of ours are legal, but your guys is questionable.
We're worried about ours.
Ours made it
like, keep your fucking hands off our Mexicans. We love them.
Hey, I like that breakfast place. That meat lovers omelet saved me. And that burger, that stuffed burger was
the stuffed burger.
Oh yeah,
which is technically
awesome.
Which should be called a Juicy Lucy, but they don't want to plagiarize what we have here in Minnesota.
Yeah, you cut the burger open, and it like bleeds cheese. That was awesome.
Like any Midwesterner will bleed cheese.
So there was like what's that massive cooler that was in your garage?
Oh, the Yeti.
The Yeti.
Yeah.
It was like
it kept getting refilled. Mike shows up, he puts a shit ton of stuff in there. I'm like, this is great. Cream ales, and I'm trying these other porters and whatnot, and then all of a sudden, like, I go in there like 10 minutes later, and it's a whole new assortment of shit in there.
Dude, I was still pulling fucking beers. No kidding. I cleaned up the garage finally today. So, it's Tuesday.
You probably had to wait till your garbage was unloaded, right? Because
no, it's still fucking overflowing. I was still pulling cold beers out of that fucking Yeti with ice cubes. You know,
Here, I got a picture.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
There's a so you can see that. That's the
wow.
There.
Right.
That's when they put all the fruity ones in there.
I got a
that was later. That was later in the day.
Yeah.
At first, it was mostly like cream ales and like bitter stuff and.
Coffee.
Oh yeah, look at that fridge.
Oh, it was great to see that where Andrew's sitting, his perspective, the fridge is right at his leg.
It's right down here.
I know, no wonder you had to be hammered so much.
And I've got a beer in my hands. Right there you go.
Exactly. I was like,
there's two more.
So when Andrew, I was like,
you want three more?
Sure. So much no problem. So every time that you see Andrew leave. Every time you see Andrew leave, he's not leaving to get a drink. He's leaving to take a shit or piss. Because all of his beers are right fucking at his legs.
At my knees right now.
And then Super Stearns, Friday night, he brought like 5 or 6 growlers.
Oh god, the growlers!
Oh my god,
shit!
He brought like 100. Then he breaks all out. I'm like, oh god.
Dude, he brought like $150 worth of growlers. That night.
Yeah,
awesome. and we still had a boatload on Saturday to go through.
Yes, and go through them. We did.
And we did on Saturday.
Troopers.
Yes. Although I think only one beer,
fucking bottle.
Only one beer made it back in the Yeti cooler from Saturday night.
No way. Oh my
Everything
God,
else
drank it Saturday night.
Ginger ale was the only thing left.
See, Crafty, where the fuck were you?
One beer.
I had it in my head. On Saturday night. I'm like, we have to do pancake shots again.
That's right.
Couldn't find the butter shots.
We went on like a
good
giant little hike. And
but you went to like fucking Walgreens. They don't serve booze.
Yeah.
Here.
Well. So we got.
Our
drugstore
sell booze.
I know. Well,
we go to the fancy. We went to the fancy
Yeah.
Store first, and they had everything but buttershot schnapps. So they're all like, "Huh, we don't carry schnapps here," you know. And so we proceeded, and there was Walgreens and a little liquor store.
Yep.
And I turned to Carrie. I'm like, and Carrie told me, she was explaining that California, they Walgreens, CVS's, whatever, they have booze there. And I'm like, damn, okay, well, maybe it's just a Minnesota thing where we don't carry a shit. So should we try, like, it's approaching 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like it was exactly 10. Because
10!
10!
And so we're like, all right, we'll try Walgreens first. We go in there and I'm like, fuck, they don't have shit here. So we get out of there, and just like that, the lights go off across the street.
Yeah.
Like,
they probably didn't have it anyway. That's a little shitty liquor store.
Yeah, they smell.
Yeah.
I mean the discount liquors across the street from where we had breakfast 2 mornings, they might have had it.
Well, any place that carries any schnapps is gonna have butter. Like that's a big one. But so we're like, fuck. So we went back to the fancy place. Fancy. And Carrie was smart enough to ask them, okay, well, we're only here for one night. We want to be able to finish something. What have you got behind the counter there? And they had small bottles of stuff. Small. And so we picked up.
Here's a $4 pint of whiskey.
Yeah. Actually, no, that was a $20 pint. That was good stuff. That was Eagle Ridge.
That was really nice.
Eagle Ridge. It was good.
No, you guys got good whiskey.
But their fucking
life is too short for shitty
club soda was like $3.
Oh, I know, that was ridiculous. The club soda was
so we picked
absurd.
up some club soda, and then I was about ready to leave. I'm like, I need a lime, and the lady's like, oh, these are complimentary, they're free. And so I'm like, well,
you had a fistful of limes.
Carrie's like, oh, you just need one, right? And I'm like, well, they're free. I'm gonna grab 3.
Well, no, You said you asked about limes, and I'm like, not for me, because I'm not going to put lime in there. And so you go to grab 2 of them, and then the guy says that they're free, and so you're like, well, they're free, so you grab a 3rd one. You didn't know up front that they were free.
And I used 1 the whole night. The next day, I'm like, well, don't need these. But they were free. Yeah. So fuck you guys. Yeah, no.
Well, you paid for them, trust me, from that liquor store. Like, it's a good liquor store. They've got some great beers, but like their prices are insane.
Yeah. They're the snobby shop for wine buffs, basically.
I mean, they actually the beer guys, like, we could have gone down there and you guys would have been impressed by their selection and totally unimpressed by the prices.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like like a 4-pack of La Fin, you'd have been paying like $15 for that, which should be like 10.
10.
Yeah. So it's like their prices were almost like 1.5 times. But like the thing is, like, they're right in Highland Square, which is a little downtown, and like they're the only liquor store that carries good stuff that you won't find at all the rest of them. But they do have an incredible selection.
Well, I tell you what, Andrew, the next time that we're out there, I'm just gonna ship you some butter shots.
I will,
and that will be fine.
Because we could go to the liquor store across the street from 2 Up, Argonauts, or Molly's, where I took you guys the first night, and there would have been everything you wanted for incredible prices.
That was a great place.
Yeah, that was great.
That was really totally a Bevmo.
That's where we got those delicious cherries.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. Those great cherries.
I'll be drinking.
I got dissolve in your mouth.
Yeah, I know, right? You got more cherry bitters, and you got those delicious cherries.
We're such delicious.
Starting next week, I'm just drinking Manhattans on these.
Nice.
Oh, was that Thursday? Was that Thursday that we had? I had 3 man. I think I had 3.
That was Thursday that we fucking did those. Oh god.
Wow.
That's the reason why I was shaking. I was shaking on Friday fucking morning.
Yeah.
Those are fucking tasty as hell.
They're so
good.
That was like, so you guys drink a lot last night, and then you were kind of like, oh, no, not too much.
No big deal.
It wasn't
fine.
It wasn't of Grinkers or Brofest proportions at all. No. It really wasn't until the last night for me.
Yeah.
Well, last night we just took the training wheels off completely.
Yeah.
Saturday night was fucking insane.
Yeah, so much fun.
But it was
the jokes,
so much fun. It was so worth it.
The
like
stories.
I think that was Joel's idea that we should just go back to the to the house. Where is the fucking Joel? Jesus. But that was the best advice ever, because we could have totally just spent the whole night in an arcade and not really been into it, and not because honestly, the one thing
was like we're distracted here, I think, and people could get off playing pinball. But like, we didn't have that choice there. We were like all stuck in a room, and
it was a hangout,
and we all amused the fuck out of each other. We had an amazing time.
My biggest thing, like with every event, and Carrie, you can probably attest to this too, is we always come back and we're like, I wish we had spent more time just hanging out. That happens all the time. It's always like, I wish we had just spent more time just chilling, rather than being at an event or an arcade or something where we're all distracted. And that's exactly, it was a brilliant idea. It was great.
Yeah. No, I mean, Thursday night
we had a fucking blast. We didn't play. Like, I thought, hey, we should play cards. We should play board. No, we didn't do any of that. We didn't sat around the table. We told jokes, racist jokes, any kind of joke you could possibly think of.
It was totally above board.
Yep.
Oh yes, there was none of that going on.
How does every racist joke start?
One of these. Yeah.
No,
we had so much fucking fun Saturday. It was like being at any of my local friends' parties where it's like, a bunch of people hanging out in a house drinking.
Yeah.
Shooting the shit. It's basically this. And that's what VJ said. He's like, you guys are just the same.
It's like, we get hammered and then we tell stupid jokes and talk shit and
But even more unfiltered, though. I mean, like,
no
filter.
In person, there was no filter.
PC doesn't exist.
There's no film. There was no filter. Yeah. Which made things even funnier.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And I must say that our two best storytellers are hands down Gak and Mock.
Oh,
those guys can tell
Yes.
stories like no one else.
Yes, both
Mock is the
excellent
most
All
stories.
right, Mock. I think we need to
Mock is the most
create a movie
animated person
together.
ever. You guys are the best storytellers, hands down.
Thank
There's
you.
no,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
not even comparison. You guys can tell a story so well.
Yeah, you could
Like-
read the Wall Street Journal and I'd listen to it. Like you could just read it out loud and it would be like the delivery would be so good. It would be awesome.
I know,
Yeah.
as long as I can see you, like a
Yeah.
Mock, you are so animated.
Yeah,
stories.
The animated part.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Then it was like,
I know.
Yes.
I know, and the
The
noises.
hard-boiled egg.
And a lemon cookie.
Oh, Gak sort of does that too.
Yeah, you guys are brilliant.
Yeah.
There's so much skill in delivery. It's so underrated, but that is just amazing. Like I was just,
Poor Griffin, ruined
I
his
could be
punchline,
wearing
You ruined
earmuffs.
punchline with Leo's fucking shit
Oh
joke.
God, I could have been wearing earmuffs and watching Mock, and I still would have been laughing my ass off because he's just his physical animation.
Well, you guys have to pass that on.
I get to tell my one.
I can't wait to
my
tell that
one
joke, Steve.
Penis
I'm
joke.
so looking forward to that. I can't wait till the first time I get to tell that joke.
My penis joke I got to tell. That's the only one I can ever remember. That makes me smirk and smile. The penis and potato one. For the two? Oh, what? It just went up to 12. Well, shit. We might have. Let's see. There's 5 of us. Wait, maybe there's 7 in there. What do you get when you combine a penis and a potato? A dictator.
That's right.
I make myself laugh. It's all right. I can tell it. But
I don't think we tell much of the rest of the jokes unless Steve wants to go on a limb and be able to.
No, but I did.
Do you have a new one
plane
for
ride,
us?
no, I'll tell it at Grinkers or something. But I did on the plane ride home.
You got to be in person.
I thought of 2 jokes that I was like, oh, why didn't I tell those? Those were such good jokes to tell. They're so funny.
Well, make a note, and you got to tell them.
I'll save it for Grinkers.
Nice.
I put a text in my phone to remind me the joke.
There you go.
So two classic.
I wish I
ones
could
that
remember jokes. I'm terrible
Yeah.
at remembering
They
them. And you
way
have
later,
to.
I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
The worst is remembering 3/4 of a joke, and you miss a detail, or you miss, or even worse, the punchline. And you're like, wait, no, that's not how it's supposed to go. Wait, so the punchline's this.
Oh, wait,
I
wait,
forgot
too
to
late.
say this
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, I like story jokes. I like ones that have a little thing to them.
Those
and
are
then
the
a funny
best.
That was like
ending.
a Shaggy dog joke that you told, though.
Yeah. hmm But it had a pretty good ending, though. You mean the lemon cookie one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that had a pretty good ending, though. I like that ending.
I'm actually working in my head on embellishing that one for the next time. For the first time I tell it, because that's just. I'll give you credit, but that was fucking awesome.
I need to memorize a couple, like maybe 3, because you need to perfect. It's kind of like a master and none thing.
Right.
I need to come up with 2 or 3 really good jokes that I can master, rather than trying to do the quantity. Although the funny thing is that as Mock came up with jokes, Leo kept remembering jokes too.
All Leo jokes are really short.
They were
minors, yeah.
It was like, what do you get when blah blah blah?
It's brilliant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We had a good,
Well, we can't tell all of our jokes because they may not be on air appropriate.
Oh no, no. If people want a good joke show, you just need to show up for one of these things.
Right.
So,
Hey, show
Grinkers,
me
fuckers.
My God, we brought VJ in, and he got to see the pure version, uncensored.
Yeah. And he was like,
we
you guys
invited
are
everyone. Oh,
guys are
the
just as
best
twisted
is
in
like
real
it's like we get out of
Just like you are on the show.
we get out of hyperspace, and Gak is like, he turns to VJ and he's like, hey, you want to hang out with us? And he's like, yeah, okay. And he's like, did you drive? All right, drive us back to the
Yeah.
He became our free Uber.
we need exactly. God, that was hilarious. I turned to Gak, I'm like, great tact.
You can see where I was going with that one.
Perfect. Yeah.
God, you just saved us all $5. Thanks, buddy.
I know, right?
Yeah. I feel like this was as close to Grinkers as any other event has been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all
Cax
about
has a completely different feel.
No, it's all about the people. It was us collected doing what we do here every fucking week.
Right.
Yep.
And we just did that same thing.
There was business. I mean, as far as like getting all the stuff, like you saw, people get serious. GAC and you, Andrew, prepping everything for the event. But then once that's rolling and done, we're just there. I mean, it's a hangout. It's this.
Yeah.
It's basically this, but in person.
But
which was a testament to what BJ said. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Better
God,
and
so much fun.
And we're playing games and we're together and it's unfiltered and we can.
And
drink
Griffin's downstairs singing karaoke by himself.
Oh, that was you know what? When I heard him sing before, it was way better. I don't know what happened that day.
Well, it was like 11 a.m. It wasn't like later in the day or anything like that.
I guess he needs tequila first.
Griffin, get on here, you dick.
Yeah, what a dick.
Quit swiping and get on here. Yeah.
No,
that was definitely. We got to do Denver again. I think.
Let's we can do a couple years. Let's do some traveling on this next one. But you guys are always welcome back here.
Yeah.
I wish I had a
talk to
house
my
so I'd
wife
invite
about
you
it.
guys out here. I mean, you guys are welcome to come here, but you're gonna have to. It's gonna get, a little.
Or here, we were talking about here too at Keith's or whatever, you know.
So
or Expo.
Yeah, next year we're talking about like a SoCal get together. I think it'd be fucking awesome, and having you guys host this who live down there, that would be brilliant.
Yeah,
That'd be
definitely.
fun.
Pretty cool.
That'd be super fun. Maybe my wife can make us some
I already
Mexican
talked to
food.
the wife about it. I think I got the green light to go too.
Proper Mexican food instead of my fucking Mexican food.
All right, honey, you're making food for 24 people.
No big deal. Right. Go ahead and start on Monday. We'll be here on Thursday.
She makes like really good Cuban sandwiches too. Those are really good.
Fuck Cubanos. I love that shit.
She makes cigars too.
That's my favorite fucking sandwich.
Cuban. She makes that with those like Hawaiian rolls.
Oh God, yeah.
Melty,
like
Swiss cheese and
Cubanos,
sauteed onions and stuff.
Oh my God.
It's like a Hawaiian roll with like ham with like melty Swiss cheese with like this mustard that's on top with the sauteed onions and oh my God, you pull them out, they're all melted. It goes with beer. Let's just say that.
Or a mockgasm.
Yeah. They're yummy.
It happens on occasion.
They're really easy to make. She can make a whole bunch of them too for a bunch of people. So
I was just saying, so I was telling you guys, my van feels so light and empty. But I'll tell you what, like my garage feels so empty without you guys.
Leaving empty glasses and cans everywhere.
I know it's sad. No. I was cleaning up today, like picking up your stuff.
So you really you miss me critiquing all your monitors?
That's how I am.
Yeah, because
I feel like a dick. I told Carrie, I'm like, I need to stop fucking talking about Andrew's games because I'm being an OCD dickhead right now.
Yeah, I was inviting.
Although the anniversary cabinet was perfect, your red tent is dialed into.
I know. My fucking red tent is awesome.
Tent.
No, Andrew, I was just saying though. Every time like I have people over here when I'm cleaning up stuff at the bar when everyone's gone, the next day it's sad though. You're like you're taking out your glasses. You're like, everyone's gone.
Why don't you guys all live here in Denver? Because
I know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't you live here?
Hey, Andrew,
we can do the show from here every night. That would make
next time we're in Denver, Andrew's gonna have a beautiful Mega Touch functional.
Yes, so I got a brand new monitor, brand new tube, brand new chassis coming. We'll have a working Mega Touch.
Nice.
New old stock.
Hopefully next week. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be fucking awesome. I'm glad that was actually a really good price on a chassis.
Yeah. The whole thing, like all told, yeah, I'm pretty happy.
That's a good price.
They're cool. Like I basically
that's way less than what I paid for the whole thing to begin with before I did anything to it. So yeah.
So I sent him a message and I was like, dude, like I'm sorry, I quickly read the post and I bid too quickly and it's my fault. I agree, it's my fault, but I need a chassis for that thing. And he's like, all right, dude, we'll hook you up.
Really? So you got it from the singer?
Same. Yeah, Jester Amusements in Florida, I think they are.
Yeah, they're a very reputable Mega Touch. That's one of the sites. They have a website aside from the eBay store, and they're one of the people I used as the proof of sale for when I sent Andrew my Mega Touch, because that's what they specialize in. It's kind of like there's another guy on eBay that has his own store called like Dave, the Mega Touch guy or something like that.
Was that the guy from Tennessee or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
So they told me
that
he was the only other guy that I could maybe get a chassis from to trust, and he was like, "Yeah, so here's this for for this dollars, but like if you're gonna buy from anyone else, buy it from this other guy in Tennessee."
I don't know if you guys are interested or not, but I was looking at the Arcade Expo 2018 schedule, and it looks like they're doing an event March 16th. That's the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's 16th, 17th, 18th. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, we did talk about that briefly.
Yeah.
We'll talk more.
Yeah. I know we just got our thing now, but
yeah.
Mark.
Yeah.
No, it's like we were saying, like it'd be nice to have evenly spaced events versus like here's 3 all together and then let's not see each other
all year long.
Yeah. Because I mean, really, there's a lot of stuff happening that always happens in the summer. Then you got Grinkers in October, and then it's until the next summer. It's a crazy long time. There's nothing in between there.
I was trying to get us to do Denver back in April or May, but it was just too soon, I think.
No, it was too soon.
Said,
too soon.
We weren't sure if we were going to do Fun Spot or not this year, so that was the big trick.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie has seen the banning location, but I don't think, Jim, you haven't been there yet, right?
No.
And Gak, have you been there yet?
No.
Okay.
How far is Banning from like San Diego and you guys?
Well, from where I live, it's about a 45, maybe 50-minute drive. From San Diego, maybe an hour. Yeah, it's not that far. Yeah.
All right.
So it's like
we'll
it's
talk about
kind
that
of near. Yeah, it's Palm Springs sort of kind of.
Yeah, I just didn't know how. I knew it was Palm Springs.
And what's up, Doc? Palm Springs. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Somehow
right now
got a Cagney voice. Yeah. No.
Yeah. See.
That's something that we don't have to really stay there. We could do that and.
Well, that would be
shit. Let's all go to Vegas. No, I'm just kidding.
Tie that into like a event at like your house and Griffin's house and Keith's house. Yeah, like that would be the shit, right?
My apartment.
Or just do that anytime.
Right.
I can squeeze 15, 20 people in here. It might be, I got a balcony. Yeah.
Keith and I live. Yeah, Keith and I live real close, like 4 or 5 minutes away, but Joel's like 50 minutes away or 45 minutes away. He's pretty far.
That's still not bad though.
So,
really.
No, but maybe we can do like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of thing and split it up between the houses. Yeah.
Right.
There's a not brand new, but recently new place that I haven't even been to yet. I've been meaning, like me and Carrie have been meaning to go, called Up Down. It's downtown Minneapolis. It's a new barcade. Apparently, it's really good. Like I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I might have to scope that out. But if we ever do a Minnesota event where people can chill
cool,
out
like if we do like maybe next year we do the Midwest Gaming Classic and then tie that into a thing at your place.
Yeah.
So MGC and then road trip to MGC.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, people can stay downtown Minneapolis. There's a shit ton of places, or actually even
your apartment.
No, we're staying in your apartment, and then
bring your sleeping bag.
We're gonna beat down.
We're gonna have a pillow fight. Yeah,
and Leo promised
bring your pajamas
that he's gonna eat 48 hot wings that night.
That's right,
and he's gonna sleep on the balcony too.
Yeah, fuck 36. He's gonna break 50.
Yeah.
Damn.
We were talking all this stuff for next year, but we're kind of glossing over something that's coming up in a couple months. We got Grinkers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right now,
We're gonna see each other in about 7 weeks.
No, that's a good point. Like, so we should talk about the fact that, like, so we had such a good success, I think, with this format for a tournament that I think we can do a side tournament that's a non-serious tournament at Grinkers. And our intention is that yes, this is an arcade hangout
Style format, yeah.
Yeah. And so this, like, multiple players playing games in weird ways is our side tournament. And so yes, I think that we're gonna make this happen.
That's us
at Grinkers. We're
patenting that shit. We're owning it.
Right.
We're the goofy ass tournament people.
We've always been a weird podcast. We've always done shit our own fucking way. It's never been about, like, trying to do a podcast in a traditional way. So doing a tournament in a non-traditional way is totally our thing, and not a tournament. I think let's keep this fucking ball rolling. So
it's a brand.
So it's brand. Not another tournament.
A fucking brand.
So not another tournament or not a tournament. Yeah, we're gonna keep doing this shit. Let's keep it rolling. Let's do it at Grinkers.
So we gotta decide how many games.
Well, so the best thing about our format is that it evens the playing field.
Yeah, you don't have to be good.
No fucking idea who's gonna win because it's random partners.
Yeah,
you're throwing a curveball into the mix.
I remember, like, I stepped up to Wacko, and I think I remember hearing Steve in the background going, "Oh, Andrew's pretty good at Wacko."
Yeah,
that did not mean one fucking thing, because, like, my partner.
Andrew pointed to me when we did the Street Fighter thing. He's like, "Oh, Jimbo's the one you want on your team," and we got like 3rd or 4th place. I mean, there was, and then like you said, Griffin, the guy that despises fighting games.
Yeah,
won.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
I think we got 1st place.
Did we get 1st place?
Like,
okay.
It was 91. There were 2 teams that were tied.
Fucking up on it.
And you guys had to whack it off.
Yeah, it's like $100 at Wacko, no problem. I don't think we cleared $4,000.
Well, that's why we had
made my team, and I was telling him, like, dude, like, but like, I was like, I'm gonna control, and like, he just fucking kept rolling to the guys.
Like, tied for 1st place with like 9,300, I think, something like that.
91.
Keith and somebody else,
and then Mock and myself, we took it with 13,000 for the win, I think,
which is insane because it's such a ridiculously low score.
Right.
Well, but
I know. I just remember like hearing that in the background. It's like, oh, Andrew's pretty good at Wacko, and it's like true. Like, I'm not horrible at Wacko, but like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter one lick
because you only got one control.
Yep, you get to be one or the other. So, yeah, and maybe we allow players to switch. That'd be an interesting tactic too. So, like, all right, so you dive with one guy, switch. One player.
You scream it out. Switch!
The old switcheroo!
I really fuck with people. Switch!
It doesn't matter. Like, do whatever you want to do. Like, it's your game. So if you want to switch every player, and
no me gusta.
You only get one game, so make it work.
Yeah.
No me gusta.
No.
But yeah, so it doesn't matter how good you are at the game. In fact, I think it would be really interesting to see 2 people who are really good at one game.
Well, I bet they'd try and do
balls. They would still suck balls.
So
that'd be conflicting.
I think for sure. Well, my vote anyway.
Don't announce any games yet.
Well, I'll announce it just because we already played it. I would like to see Frogger blindfolded again, just because it was such a hit.
That was a big
hit.
Frogger was awesome.
But the other 2 we'll talk off air.
Yeah.
2 and com.
And honestly, I like how we kind of winged it because we didn't even know either.
No,
I like that the way
we thought
we did
Moon
that.
Patrol would be an awesome game, and then we played it, and we're like,
it's like we spent a half hour walking around, and we spent like a half hour, an hour walking around talking about the different gaming options, and then just kind of decided there on the spot. No one had time to practice any of that stuff.
So yeah, well, I guess we'll talk offline for a couple other games.
It's only 11.
And we also will start hammering Griffin about getting the new arcade icons scoring tablet working.
Yeah, and also Keith and I were talking on the plane about a generator, a way to put in people's names, so that way we don't have to put names in a hat and pull them. That way we could just hit a button and it'll automatically
A random
generate
seed. Yeah.
pairing
Random.
up of people. And then if you wanted to do a tournament
I like
bracket,
that,
you could.
but that didn't slow shit down so much, and I really liked the team and people involvement with that.
And then you make eye contact, and you're like, "Oh,
that
it's me."
made everyone come together. So like,
that's true.
I'm not against that. But
Oh,
that
I
was
see what
not-
you're saying.
That was not what slowed us down, and I really liked the.
It was Griffin that slowed us down. He was always missing.
It was the
It
missing. No,
was.
it's true. It was the
Where's
missing.
Griffin? Now slow us down 20 minutes looking for him.
But I love the fact that I would pull a fucking badge out of the hat, and it would be like, "All right, Steve, you're up." And then your partner.
At least you know who your partner is. Yeah.
Your partner is.
Your partner is Stinky
Jimbo.
Pete, and you're like, "Damn it!"
And then
Stinkfinger.
And then now you and Jimbo gotta sit there and like figure out their stuff, and like during that,
yeah, it'd be like,
yeah, I liked that part of it. Where it was like, it
I
was
know,
an
I'm
event.
whispering to Gak. Okay, I'm gonna pick Blanca, and I'm gonna when I duck down, I'm gonna trip, and then Keith's listening, and then he turns to his partner. Okay, I'm gonna pick Blanca too, and I'm gonna duck down. He's like following all the same strategy.
Like the second time Gary played, I'm like, okay, these fuckers are just gonna mash electricity. So what I want you to do is when I crouch, you hit this roundhouse button.
Yeah.
But if we're closer, the thing is, I didn't explain distance. That was my fault.
How do you understand?
How do you do it? Yeah, I mean, she's new to the game too.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I really liked
really well.
I liked that part of the event. That was an event. Is drawing the names became an event.
Yeah.
That was like a social part of it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd pull like my name, and then you'd be like, Jimbo, you're paired up with, and I'd be like, oh. No.
Some random stranger.
Are you talking about when you got paired up with me for Street Fighter?
No. When I got Carrie, it wasn't that. It was when I got paired up with you. It was like, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a real test of our relationship.
I know, right?
I still need a shirt that says, me and my girlfriend survived a round of Street Fighter.
IKEA and Street Fighter.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
we've done them both.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Real tests. We made it.
I think that the drawing the names out of the hat is part of the event.
Oh, absolutely.
And that forces everybody to be there too, right? And they're not going to walk away.
Everyone has to be there, and like, if you're not there, then we fucking throw your name tag out. Like,
Joel.
I'm looking at you, Joel.
Yeah, right.
If there's too many
You're swiping left, we're swiping right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw your name. If you're not there, then I'm throwing you on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
Pardon my French.
If you don't have your name in the hat by the time we call it, then you're fucking not part of it. So be involved. Like, I think that social part of it is really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had fun at I'll say this about hyperspaces when we got a good handful of new people that weren't accustomed to anything. I did have fun socializing with those guys, and they enjoyed themselves. And I had one or two of my partners I had never met before, so it was a lot of fun. That whole interaction. You're like, okay, now we're forced to think of a strategy here. And hi, I'm Jim, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this. Do you want
to win too. Yeah.
Exactly. Do you know this game? All right. Which do you want to be the blindfold, or do you want to be moving the trackball into this? And then
everything's said and done. You're like, oh, that was fun. Good job. We tried. Whatever.
And if it was
good job.
If the whole thing was a 3-game tournament, like start to finish, like you're involved really in that 3 games, and the 3 games take all told an hour and a half.
So
that's gonna.
And then afterwards, you're all buddies. You know each other a little bit better.
Yeah.
Get some drinks, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. No.
At the end, let me buy you a beer. Like good game on Roger. That was great.
Yeah. Let me get you a beer out of the back
Yes,
of the truck
it was.
because this is hyperspace.
Right.
And did you guys, while I was gone, did you talk about our cool ass prizes? I see that Mock mentioned in the.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about our amazing sponsors. Our sponsors.
That was mentioned for
huge call outs.
Huge call outs.
That was for Grinkers. We'll do prizes for the.
How about hey
Oh,
Ian, look what I got.
Yeah, two of them.
I'm going to use all of these all at once. No, I'm just kidding.
After he specifically was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh wait, and then we got last
Although
year's.
you have
then
ones
we got
from
last year's
from last time,
Grinkers,
too.
and then we got that one.
Jesus.
By the way,
Reporting
did you
them
guys see
all.
the chat?
I'm gonna buy $600 worth of.
Steve commented on the Not a Podcast. It's NAP.
Yeah.
We're a NAP.
Let's nap them.
And this right, and no, in this way, if somebody was like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of I would, it's kind of like, well, not quite a podcast. It's kind of nappy." So
Not a show.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, speaking of prizes, Carrie's kind of sitting on one right behind her.
I know. So I can.
Stage left.
Well, we could. Well, before. Well, so we have. So we had Ian. Jim showed off that, and then Buffett was very. Although there's no Buffett here. Look at that. Do I happen to have a 4900?
Why can't you grow an ass?
Nice. So Buffett
I'm surprised
gave unto us.
Well, I'm not skinny.
Many cap kits.
Oh, that was a good echo.
That was me. Sorry.
What is this? That was yeah. All of a sudden, everything froze for me, which is why I stopped talking. But
I'm surprised I'm skinny. Well, I'm not skinny, but.
Continue, please.
Somebody might have to talk about something else because my dogs are barking.
Oh shit!
You don't even hear him barking, but she hears him, I guess.
Oh my god, Andrew's dogs are the best. They're fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you guys.
I mean, like
that.
besties with Elfie.
Oh no, it was very sweet. Like I was very concerned that like
he's a crotch sniffer, leg humper.
Yeah.
I got all of those. I got a good leg humping. Yeah.
So I was worried about that.
have
Like you guys are coming to a visit, and the dogs are always a bit of a challenge when you go in the house. Especially before dark.
I still have my second place prize that I got from Andrew, the Donkey Kong remix.
Yeah,
nice.
I basically gave that one to fucking Block.
Yeah.
Well, you and I
didn't earn it, did you?
No, you and I fucking got second place. Boom. That's it. I got the coin toss, so I took a cap kit, and you got the fucking $100 prize.
Those shirts are fucking awesome too. Someone needs to model one of those.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see
sure glow.
But this is a picture of me with Andrew's
dogs.
dogs.
Oh, look at that! That's my kitchen.
This thing, they're about 4 feet tall, just standing on all fours with their head up.
And this is one of Gak's fucking sweet little little flashlight thingies. Check this out. Woo! That's fucking tits McGee.
Yeah,
I'm hanging this up next to all my framed pictures. It's fucking awesome.
And then if you have a power outage, you know where you can find a light.
That's right.
That's right.
I got a green
and it detaches.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah,
it's
those.
Like
yeah, people are excited about those. Those were the. Did you guys say those were the prizes for the 2-on-2 for the head-to-head tournaments?
Yeah.
I said this earlier, but
it was the greatest head.
So our good friend Keith Elliott made these awesome coasters. I have 3 of them that I've been using regularly, including tonight. He also made a keychain very similar to this.
So Mark got Andrew's original art, and then he did some tweaks to it and gave it to Keith to do. Yeah.
With his laser printer. Yeah.
Yeah, both the trophies and the keychains and the coasters was a joint effort with Andrew, me, and Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Those guys contacted me before the event, and they were asking for the files to make it happen, and then Mott cleaned it up to make it work for the laser printer, and then Keith actually did it.
Laser printer.
Yeah, you can't just take it directly.
Cool surprise.
Because if you try to take it directly, then things don't print correctly. Because like if you do, then like the buildings that are black would be printing black, and the windows you wouldn't see. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
interesting.
You got to make things certain colors. And change the green to white and all this other stuff, but yeah, no, it all worked.
Brilliant job. I mean, all those trophies.
Yeah,
that was a sweet bonus surprise that none of us were expecting.
So Knight won the overall, or the main tournament. Carrie won first place on the first night, right?
Yep. And
Yeah, let's see what you picked.
Oh, wait.
You got first pick at the prize.
I got first pick at the prize
I saw him
pool.
promote that shit. Look at that fucking thing. Gorgeous.
Right? Isn't that cool? So this is courtesy of This Old Game. And I will say, so just a quick shout out, I might put this somewhere on one of the, maybe I'll put it in the Grinkers thread. Rich and Kendra are likely to come to Grinkers, so if you order art, they are more to pick up there. They are more likely to come there, and you can save some bank in terms of your shipping. So I would urge you to quickly place orders for This Old Game. I know I did, so that maybe we can get them there.
What's funny about this is that me and Carrie both thought that this was a control panel for a long time.
Yeah, I was
and then I'm like, wait, this is acrylic, and then we're like, wait a minute, those aren't the right trackball sizes.
Yeah, it's like you would only have one trackball. So isn't this cool on the back? So they actually did the silver on the back, so you get the light was shine through better. Yeah, just like
that's awesome.
It is.
That. So jealous.
Oops, trying to spell the glare. Yeah, super
so that
cool.
can go with her with your marquee collection in your garage.
Yep. You got Bill Murray and Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, pretty much.
It really does look like Bill Murray.
I like the Putin and the Trump one too. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
There's an updated one.
That was good. And then Rich also also donated a T-shirt with this design on it too.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Yeah, there are so many good prizes. My God.
Yeah. So the people that showed up, we're not showing, but the people that came also got prizes. Like they got Gax like flashlight and some T-shirts.
Everybody both nights got something.
Everybody got something. Keychains. There were some clear keychains that we gave out. Coasters.
MCR stuff, Buffett stuff.
Oh, Buffett, who?
Yep, the DK remix.
Yeah, DK remix.
Our big our big three prizes really, are four prizes. So we had a DK remix, which Mock got. We got the marquee, which Carrie was just showing off. We got the light box from Metroid.
Right, which I have
nine fucking cap kits from Buffett, mind you.
We got
9
shitload of cap kits from Buffett.
That's almost
that's right.
That's like
one shy.
$450 worth of Buffets right there.
Yeah. And there was 4 $25 gift certificates to Ian Kellogg.
Ian Kellogg donated $100. We got 25. Yeah.
Ian Kellogg, who, mind you, just is getting his footing back in the game.
His
after
house is barely still not on fire at this point.
Right.
Yeah. His house survived a fucking fire, and he's just getting his feet back in the game, and he donated $100 in prize. Like, how awesome is that?
Amazing.
Amazing. Pretty much. Yeah.
Amazing.
And I got 2 of them.
Jim won a 25 on Friday and a 25 on Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, I went right for that, but yeah, that's a lot of
multiple times. Multiple times I asked the people that played in the tournament. You know, even the ones that joined last minute. They're just walking into the arcade. They didn't even know there was a tournament that day.
Yeah.
I said, "Hey, did you have a good time? Was it fun?" And they're like, "Oh my God, it was such a good time." You know, it was. You know, they didn't expect to do it. And they'd say, "Oh, it's just it was fun. It was something different."
At the end there.
We had guys who were there who just come there to just play a game. Like they were gonna hang out for the day and just play games by themselves. And we got them into the tournament. That's what they fucking did that whole damn day.
Right.
They had a blast.
Yeah, we don't judge. Just join in on the fun. Fuck, hang out with us. That's what we do, VJ and stuff. Come on out. We don't give a shit.
Yeah. We had a great time.
If you can put up with our obscenities and non-PC talk, you're in.
Yeah.
And most of us like to drink, and we won't force it on you. If you don't want to drink, that's cool too.
Well, just make fun of you. That's all. No, I'm just.
Hey, that's not many more drinks for us, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You'll just have to drive us around.
Yeah. We just need your car to get back to the
car.
Yeah.
You want to hang out with us? All right, drive us over to our place.
They offered. I didn't ask them. They offered a lot of times.
Yeah. Although how many times did we take a Lyft or an Uber, and it was like $5 for 4 of us? We just cram in that fucking car.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to
The
tell you
Dorito
guys,
song was my favorite.
So,
like
first
Uber driver played great Doritos music.
Like where we have the Doritos, the Impequito burrito.
Oh yeah.
Well, but that was supposed to be
Dorito!
like,
Also known as the Despacito song. Yes.
is it like
or the Doritos song if you're in the car.
I am a $5 Uber ride from downtown. Hyperspace is a $5 Uber ride from me, and like I was trying to tell you guys, like I am centrally located. Like get here and we'll do Uber and we'll be fine.
Granted that every time we took a trip or went back to Andrew's place, it was always a different route. There was never the same two ways.
I was trying to give you guys a proper tour of the city.
No, it's real nice.
So the first night, first prize was what Carrie got, the marquee, right? Second place prize was the DK remix, which Mock got, right?
And a T-shirt for me, yeah.
Okay, and then and then the
I
next
gave
night,
that shit to Mock. Come on, that was a bump set.
Yeah. Does he have one?
I won the flip toss and then I gave it to Mock.
Yeah.
I sort of did the same thing the second night too. So
yeah, you did.
At Hyperspace then, first place for the night went to yours truly, me.
You.
Yes, you. That's right.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, guys.
Killed it.
He's waiting for it. He's waiting for it.
Sorry, I was a little late on that one. Yeah.
And then Carrie was very upset because there was an overall one for both nights.
Yes.
And and I guess because we had maybe one or two more people play the second night than the first night.
Under my stupid formula.
We both got first place both nights, or we each got first place each night. But because there were a couple more competitors the night I was doing it, it bumped me just barely above you, like by 1 point or something.
1 point, yep. You got like 33 and I got 32. And Steve was right below us at like 30 or 31.
Oh, that's for the overall though, right?
Yeah, that's for the overall. So because everyone got a total for one night. There was a winner for and all that. Second night
overall
there was
for the two nights, I was only 1 point ahead of you, basically.
Yes, correct. And then we had an overall tournament winner, and you won by a point.
I would have loved if you guys had tied.
Boys have penises, girls have vaginas.
Oh.
Didn't you play?
Penis
Not yours.
A penis. Girls have a vagina.
Okay, there's our out from left field comment.
Yeah.
It works every time.
Yeah.
I was happy to come in third.
So I was really
stepped
stepped back when Carrie was like, and first place overnight for both nights is Gag.
Yeah.
So I couldn't accept that prize, so it wound up in Carrie's hands. Yeah.
My response was, this tournament's rigged. You can't have the creator can't win his own tournament.
I know when I won the first night, people booed, but that's okay.
I was a little butthurt. What can I say?
It's the only tournament I'll probably ever win. But yes, that was very kind of you. I was like, no,
so
I
that
can't.
That one was kind of roundabout passed on to you, and then
yes, exactly.
Place,
via Andrew.
And I think
it was like, no, take it. Something about masturbation, and I was finally like, okay, fine.
Yeah. Eventually I felt like it should have been in Andrew's garage, but he.
Yeah. You jerked off to it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Whoa! Yeah.
Wait, what? And I don't have it on because when I turned it on earlier, it was. I think it threw the light off, and it just looked like it was just like this bright light as opposed to.
You will actually. I talked to Matt Troyd about this, who gave us this. So Arcade Crusades, who provided this prize for us. So you may need to add a filtering layer behind that. So get a piece of white paper and put it behind the artwork.
And that'll help my YouTube video. I kind of like go over that.
Help diffuse it.
So
it still looks awesome.
Better. It looks great by it is. But like add a diffuser layer and it'll look even much better.
Even better. Yeah, I'll flip it on real quick, but I think because I'm lit up here, it kind of throws it off a little bit back there. But we'll see if it works.
How lit are you?
Only what's left over from Saturday night, because I'm taking it easy for a few days.
That's what I said, but
here we are drinking, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to drink water between shit anymore.
Back in Cali, yo. We don't have none of that, low humidity crap.
Water shenanigans.
Yeah.
So is that Carrie? Is that on the lowest light settings, or is that cranked up all the way, or?
It's right where it was. It's whatever it was before.
Right.
I didn't do anything to it.
So you can kind of see the LED strips in the background. So if you add a layer of white paper behind that, that'll diffuse much better.
Yeah.
Matroid was saying that.
Like a thin plastic sheet, a white diffuser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get it like tap plastics, probably a couple bucks.
Right.
Sweet.
Just go to the art store and
Oh, speaking of art store, I found reflective silver.
Oh, good.
Cardstocky stuff. So I'm ready to redo that part of my Tron.
Awesome.
So yeah. So hopefully it's thick enough. I think it is. But yeah, I tried to.
She's always wondering if it's going to be thick enough.
So that was I think that was the first place prize for overall, right? For overall both nights, and then
that was our big prize.
That was the.
So Carrie ended up with the TPG as well, by the way.
Which was I'm trying to figure out where that was at. Was that like second place prize overall? I guess.
Yeah, that was second place.
Okay.
Place prize.
Well, it became.
You had that before this even happened. This would kind of got passed on to you. So.
Well, so it was a triple pass because like the TPG would go on to you, Gak, but you already have one.
Yes, that's right.
So
that's right.
Carrie doesn't have one.
We as bros decided that the next place person should get one. So Carrie doesn't have one, so she should get the TPG. Yep.
Woo.
So yeah, you'll like it.
An essential part of.
I don't have one. I borrow Keith's.
Yeah, it's a huge part of the hobby. That's such a great device.
So you got to use that pretty frequently on your MAME LCD screen, or what?
Yeah, I only use it once in a blue moon.
Yes.
Like I know anything about
whatever, Cap Kit, man.
You don't monitors. Hey, well, you know what, Chris, you were integral in swapping the monitor on my Namco, so
there you go.
You earned your monitor fucking cred there.
Yeah.
Right. I can take a monitor out like a mofo because I always got to bring it to my buddy to cap them.
Yeah. I already fixed that monitor. It went in great.
Nice.
That's what she said. Woo. Woo.
Bend over and I'll show you.
So yeah, again, thank you to all the guys and gals that participated and helped out with this.
Yeah. And our sponsors specifically.
Thank you.
That was huge. I never expected.
For our sponsors to people just contributing their labor and free help and design work and all that, from Andrew to Keith, Mock, Carrie, Jimbo, you did something, I'm sure. I don't know what, but
he's left the room anyway.
Leo, for all of your farts and beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
and beer fueled farts. Thank you.
Sneak cheek.
Yeah, I know.
In the middle of the fucking room. Like,
yeah.
Everyone was around you and you were like,
and that.
And then he says sorry.
Yeah.
Like, take that shit outside, dude.
It makes it okay.
Why do you think I was outside vaping my tits off? I was farting. And you guys were like...
Well, yeah, and Gak, thank you for dealing with all the shirts, for ordering a bazillion different shirts.
Well, the shirts that would have cost me $400, now only cost me $100-ish or so, but that's all good.
We'll make those awesome prizes for our next tournament. Hopefully,
heck yeah, that's right.
Someone will...
Part of our
they glow in the fucking dark.
For drinkers, too.
Yeah, these are
or at least they're
special.
UV. Yeah.
They're UV printed, so yeah, they glow in the fucking dark.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Take these things next to a Tron and
they're badass.
Jerking off.
Yeah.
On your chest.
Yeah. And the art, I mean, the whole, everybody contributed so much to make this happen. It's really, really
we're looking forward to the next time to do more.
And we're going to keep this going. So this is going to be like Drinkers. This is our next time. We're going to throw this out there for all you guys. And then, I think we're going to... Yeah, this is a fun fucking goofball awesome tournament. This is like it doesn't matter how good or bad you are at these games. It honestly does not at all.
It really
It's fun, and it'll be a nice little.
I won one night.
It's so much fun and so social, and you meet people and get to play games with them. It's unlike anything.
So this is something we're gonna have to hit on Clav, I guess, to find out who wants to do it and what time we're gonna do it at.
Well, no, I think we just throw it out.
We're gonna decide. We're gonna make that.
We'll decide. It'll be like a Friday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon, probably Saturday afternoon kind of thing.
We'll talk about that.
Well, we gotta decide. Well, everybody needs to know ahead of time though where what time and where to meet.
Lots of announcements.
Make it official and release it. Yeah.
But it'll be the official thing. But like I think this format is a great social, awesome format that I think everyone will get behind.
Well, like Saturday night, all meet at a certain machine. Yeah.
It'll be in the afternoon, and we'll do like 1 or 2 or 3 games, and this is what we have to figure out. We're gonna do it on air, but we'll figure it out, and it's gonna be this brand new thing this group owns. We fucking came up with this, and it's totally unique, and we're gonna keep it going because we're having a great time with it.
Yeah, sounds good.
And so Grinkers is our next thing. So that's October.
And we'll have
a few weeks away.
13th and 14th. Yep.
You know, Steve said everybody pretty much shows up Thursday the 12th. So kind of 12th through the 14th is the dates.
The pre-party party.
Yeah.
It's like the VIP party, basically.
All right. So are we done tonight?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm still tired.
Jack, you wanna give it the outro since you so good at the intro?
Well,
Miss Marianne time. Romper room.
Who are we? Way back here. Sometimes I miss people and I apologize. You know, like Frizzy, I missed him last week, I think.
Obviously,
Brian
Steve was in there.
Nick, Steve from Grinkers was in there. Leo. We had some porn actors on earlier on. I forgot her name.
Melinda.
Rubber herself with like
her? I was totally fucking hit.
Some kind of juice or something. I don't know.
I was told to kick her.
I told
Paul spelled backwards. Luau.
Yeah, we're on to you.
Damn it, Steve, you should have been in here.
Francis was in for a little bit. That was right before our girlfriend Melinda. Yeah.
Francis.
Did you get Scott Reed?
Yeah, Scott Reed. So I think I've seen him on
Ryan.
KD. Who's Binkman 85? I keep trying to figure out who that might be. Any ideas? I don't know.
Bink.
Seabart was in there. He didn't join us tonight, unfortunately, but he was in the chat.
No.
Scott Reed, like you guys said, Breakers Grand Palace, just Steve.
Right. Yeah, Steve needs to get back in here.
Especially before Drinkers.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming
just
up here
a little bit, if he wants, just to talk about the event.
Just a tip.
About it at all.
Just a tip, Steve. All we need is a tip.
Greaseball, Kyle. So yeah, he'll be out at Grinkers to hang out with us. So that should be fun. So yeah, thanks guys for all coming on and listening to all our banter and talking, reminiscing over our good time that you guys missed out on. Sorry. And hopefully you guys can make it next time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks guys. And I guess tomorrow, hopefully.
Join us next time, damn it. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll hear back from Torrin. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention that. The season 1 of the games, we did 7 games. It was kind of like we had a bonus one because the first one was the first one. We're at game 6 right now. Do we call this a season at 6 or do we do one more? What do you guys think? And then the other thing, just to say real briefly, is do we do it just like how we did before, or like a 2-week break where everybody plays every game as much as possible? I know Frizzle Fried, he sent me a message.
Like that much, yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to suggest but again, it's on the honor system. Only play 1 game of each, and that's the score you enter. Do a 6 game.
I would say if you're going to cap it, 2
games.
Because I would say 2. Because
it's the honor system.
1. If you played the game before, you have a distinct advantage over everyone. They need at least 1 game to Oh, so this is how the game works? Because a lot of times I don't even know the rules.
I've never played any of the games I've played in the tournament. And let's face it, all I have is a computer to play it on, except at Xylas. So it would be kind of brutal to be like, okay, you can only play it twice. And it's like, wait, unless I watch a bunch of gameplay video to even find out what the hell game it is.
So maybe
I do understand.
Between now and when I hear back from when we hear back from Torin on his game choice, maybe we'll chat it up a little in our.
He'll choose Paperboy. We'll all be fucked. No.
Jesus. Well, none of us can play it.
Some rare.
I know. That's a
that's
joke. No.
Yeah.
That's like me choosing Cheyenne.
Yeah.
That'd be like two of us, maybe. Yeah.
I pick Reactor.
All right. So I call it a wrap.
All right. Sounds good.
We'll talk to you next week.
Yes.
Sounds good.